that out. Okay, okay. Let's do a quick sound test. 1, 2, 3. Everyone can hear me? 1, 2, 3. Everyone can hear me? Making sure. Making sure. All right. Good, good. Yep, sounds like people are coming in now. People are flowing in now. Fantastic. Everyone can hear me all right? Yep, yep, good, good. Awesome, awesome. Excellent, excellent. So, we all know why we're here today. We all know what's going on. The new season of For Honor, the last season of Year 6, is being announced. And there's a lot of stuff that we're looking at here. I'm actually incredibly excited for this. First of all, though, let me go ahead and make a few adjustments real quick. First, I'm going to set up the docking station here so that I can see chat easier when the stream starts. Slide that over there, son. Good. And then we'll open this up. Switch over to here. I don't know why I did that. Okay. To adjust just slightly. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so I am incredibly excited. Now, some of y'all are probably looking at this like, Raven, you started a whole, like, 30 minutes early. Like, why did you want to start so dang early? And the reason why is because I like to go in early so that I can talk to my community, you know, get the feel for you guys, like, let you know my pregame thoughts, let you know what I'm excited about, clear the air a little bit. So I'm very excited. I always try to start early so that we have some time to chat, you know, have some fun before we get into things. So that's why we're here so early. So yeah, there we go. There we go. So good morning to everyone. Right now it is about 11:20 where I am. So it's almost afternoon, and I hate to admit it, but I was super tired this morning. I did not get to sleep very well last night. I had a massive headache, and it just would not let me sleep. So I was kind of miserable last night. But yeah, here we are, guys. Here we are. So, have I seen the hero? Alejandro's TMGR asks, have I seen the hero skin leak? No, I have not. I have not seen it. I'm not sure I want to see it yet. I kind of want to wait and see. Chris, 30 minutes. Yeah, I'll come back, Raven. Yeah, well, that Dark Fantasy, damn me too. Okay, well, y'all don't have to stay. If you'd rather wait until it's actually time, you can go. I'm just using this time to talk to my fans. So there we go. Maybe we could get a sleepy stream. Like I wouldn't want to fall asleep in the middle of a stream though. That would suck. That would be terrible. I'd probably be able to force myself to stay awake though. I really don't like to play For Honor anymore, and I quit playing, but I still love your videos. That's fine. I'm glad you still like my videos. I still don't hate it. Hey Raven Knight, what do you think of this year's season in For Honor? Or I'm looking forward to it. I don't know anything about it yet, other than it looks like it's going to be very Arabian or Persian related. Let's see. Do you live on the American East Coast? I do. Yes. I live on the Eastern Seaboard. Let's see. Christmas Carol theme with Zanhu as Scrooge, Centurion as Marley, Nobushi as the Ghost of Christmas Past, Highlanders a Ghost of Christmas Present, Black Friars a Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. Okay, but who's Bob Cratchit? That's the real question. The leaks were about Black Prior's hero skin, Commander Raven. Oh, Black Prior's getting a hero skin? Well, why isn't Tiandi getting a hero skin? They've done all the other Vanguards. Are they really, or do they hate the Wu Lin that much? Do they really hate the Wu Lin that much? So I haven't gotten any details of the season. Okay, so all I know about this season is based on this image right here. All I know about that is that it looks very Arabian. But there's also some fire. It looks like there's some fire going on. And also I noticed that there's this really bright star, so I wonder if that's a reference to the Star of Bethlehem. I doubt it. I don't think For Honor would actually go so far as to reference the Star of Bethlehem in the promotion for their new season. That would be really weird. Let's see. Hey, Raven, what are your thoughts on the complete lack of lore around Centurion and Gladiator? They just kind of threw them in for the Knights out of nowhere. Well, I mean, to be fair, they didn't really have much lore for some of the other characters. They didn't have much lore for the Hitsukiri, where they came from. They still haven't made any lore for the Wulin. Like, I've made more lore for the Wulin than they have. So, I mean, it's not like it's just, we don't like Centurion or Gladiator. They've done this for a lot of characters. We will get a new hero later in the season. Raven, aren't you getting tired of sword heroes? And if not, why? I'm not tired of sword heroes. That's not my problem. I'm tired of heroes that use the same swords. Like, and another thing I'm tired of is I'm kind of tired of dual-wielding heroes. I'm kind of sick of that. I'd like a hero who uses one weapon. I'd prefer that. It's Christmas time, don't count it out. No, here's the thing. Ubisoft made it clear that Christianity is not a thing in their world. That's something that me and Lark found so funny. They go to great lengths to show the Vikings religion, where they mention Odin and Thor constantly. In Japan, with the Japanese, they mention Japanese mythology quite a lot. They even threw in Yorogumo, who was a Japanese yokai. And with the Wulin, they've thrown in a lot of Wulin spiritual references, such as King Yama and the like. But with the Knights, they only give them Greek or Roman references. Well, the Knights didn't worship the Greek or Roman gods. They worshiped the Christian God. But they've made it clear, no. There are no monotheistic religions For Honor. There are no monotheistic religions. There's no Christianity. And I find that absolutely hilarious because it's totally contrary to what we know about history. That's why it would surprise me if this right here was the Star of Bethlehem. Because that's not just Christmas. That's Christian in origin. Because it says very clearly in the Bible that the Lord put a star above the spot where Jesus was, so that would not make sense for them to do that. But I also think it's funny because if the new hero they're going to release is Arabic in origin and they make him Muslim, my response is, wait, I thought you said there were no monotheistic religions in For Honor. Raymond, are you watching the World Cup? I don't really follow the World Cup that much. I only watch bits and pieces of it because the kids that I subbed for loved it. Hero skin is BP named Commander Ravier. The order is going to Arabia to take the Celestial Sphere, which can read your fate and destiny. Really? I don't know how I feel about that. Is the new hero going to be Jesus? Jesus just wins. Imagine Jesus being the next hero. The architecture for this setting doesn't look like Jerusalem, so I highly doubt it. Hey Raven, do you believe they might give Blackprior historical Crusader armor? That'd be cool, but I also think this will be absolutely hilarious, because if you're right about that the Blackpriors are going to be the ones with the hero skins, I already know what's going to happen. I can already predict what's going to happen. You all want my pregame prediction? Alright, here's what it is. It's going to be exactly like Season 2. You get the Blackprior, they're going on into this Middle Eastern looking territory. They're going to this new realm to steal something from the Middle Easterners. They take back what it is, and then suddenly that pisses off the people who live there, and so they send their warrior, who's going to be the new hero, to come get it back. Oh, I'm already seeing that. I'm already seeing that happening. They're going to try to tie in like the Crusades or something. That's my guess. And if that is the case, if that is what they're going to do, Ubisoft, to quote Moses, you bring this on yourself. To quote Moses, you bring this on yourself. Ubisoft, I warned you a long time ago. What would happen if they went this direction. And boy, it looks like they're going this direction. So I'm just going to wait for it. I can't wait and see what happens. Hey Raven, do you think the Tiandi who's going to get the hero skin this update? Everyone's saying that it's Blackprior. Everyone's saying Blackprior's going to get the hero skin. Crusades without Christianity? Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? It's almost like they don't understand how Christianity works or the history of Christianity at all. Like, it's kind of weird. Can we get a For the Emperor? Ah! I can do that, just My voice is still kind of out of it, so I can't do it as well as I normally do. Ubisoft, I'm innocent, I swear. It's Ubisoft. They never stick to their word. I won't be surprised if the hero even mentions Jesus. It's Ubisoft. People remember they're underpaid. True. I believe in the Nusha rework. The Nusha rework is real! When will the next Warhammer Crash Course be on? It will be on the Lizardmen. That's what I'm planning right now. I'm planning on doing it on the Lizardmen. Why do the Knights always seem to be the bad guys in For Honor? What do my boys do to you, Ubi? I think the reason why is partially because the Knights have the ability to look the most edgy with their armor. And so if you want a villain who looks edgy, the Knights are the first ones you can go to. And second, because I do think that, as is typical with most high media companies, Christianity is demonized. Christianity is often demonized. Morbius For Honor. Ooh, that'd be weird. A One Piece hero? Yes! Yes! Give me another pirate, but make it Luffy. Or give Aramusha a Roronoa Zoro skin. That'd be cool. Raven, do we know who is the king or queen of the Knights? We know that the Lord Warden was leading the Iron Legion, but no, we don't know who the king of Ashfeld is. Hey Raven, I support everyone being able to be male and female, but can you imagine how many people would sexualize female Shugoki? Just saying. Yeah, that is the only problem with it. That is the only problem with it. UB be like DEUS VULT, but they're mono-religion except Judaism. The problem is Ubisoft wants the benefits that Christianity offers in its heroes and its characters, but not the rest of the baggage. It's like saying, you know what? We liked the cross aesthetic. That's why when the game was first released, they had these crosses that they could wear. We like the fleur-de-lis aesthetic, which is part of their first mythic outfit. But we don't like the baggage that comes along with, you know, the Crusades and the monotheism and stuff like that. We want to get rid of that. So that's why I think that that's kind of a shitty thing to do. But let's see. Dragon Slayer is asking if the new hero will be female because they're keeping with their pattern. Yes, that is my expectation too. I believe that the new hero will be female gender locked if they keep to their pattern. Because what they've been doing is they've been releasing male, female, male, female. Warmonger was first, then Griffin, then Kyoshin. Wait, no. After Griffin was Kyoshin, who was male, and then Pirate, who was female, and then Medjai, who was male. So I don't know. Maybe they'll release another male. Maybe this will be another male hero. We won't get any female heroes this year. Ooh, that'll be interesting. I'm hoping it'll be a female. We need some more ladies. But anyway, more to the point. I don't believe the Woolen characters. I don't play the Woolen characters much, but they need some damn love. They do. They do. I don't care what Ubi says. My knights believe in God. Damn straight they do. Damn straight. People want. Oh, the knights are so cool, but I don't want that Christian aspect to them. Let's see. Do you think after what they did in Rainbow Six Siege that we may get a collab hero skin at some point? A friend would pray for a Berserker themed Highlander. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't see that happening. Wouldn't that also make the Arabian culture mad since there weren't any female Arabian warriors? When was the last time they gave a shit about accuracy historically in terms of females being active in battle roles? Like, the peacekeepers aren't historically accurate. That's for sure. There were not a lot of female Chinese warriors, despite what Mulan tells you. So I think you just got to deal with that, I'm afraid. Besides, that they're going to piss off someone anyway with this new season. What they're doing right now, while I'm not against it, I warned them. I said in a previous video, if you go for an Arabian-themed season or an Arabian-themed hero, brace yourself for the controversy. Because it's going to go one of two ways. One way it's going to go is you're going to make your Arabian-themed season and your Arabian-themed hero, and it's going to piss off thin-skinned people who want to protect Islam or Arabia or stuff like that. who are going to say this isn't accurate to the culture. You're just using the culture as an aesthetic without respecting it. You're disrespecting Muslims, blah, blah, blah. Or, the other side of it, you're going to have a bunch of Knight fans who make memes showing their Lawbringer or Warden executing the new Arab hero and saying, "DEUS VULT, slay the infidel." And of course, we all know it's a joke. We all know it's funny. But to the thin-skinned pussies of the world, they're going to go, "Oh, For Honor's Islamophobic. They created an Arab hero just for memes." And then For Honor's going to face backlash either way. So I am proud of For Honor for making this bold choice. But now there will be consequences. They best prepare for it. I mean, think about it. They couldn't even release their Egyptian hero without consequences. They race-locked their Egyptian hero, which I don't care about. You can do that. But that did spark some controversy. So, Ubisoft, proud of you, bro. Good job. Awesome. Proud of you for going this direction. Just be prepared for the controversy. Because I guarantee you won't please everyone. You will not please everyone. Either you're going to make this Arab hero stereotypical, which is going to make everyone say, "Oh, you didn't represent them accurately," or you're going to make them get killed, or you're going to make them in a manner that's fine, but when the Knights start killing them, "Oh, this is Islamophobic." So, just be prepared for that. My brother in Christ, I just won a time. Right now it's 11:33. The stream will start in about 16 minutes. Anyway, let's see. I'll be saying DEUS VULT when I first fight the Arab hero. Exactly my point. Exactly. Let's see. It's basically impossible to please everyone, right? But yeah, I know. I know it's impossible to please everyone. But it's still going to happen. But then again, keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind, right? It's impossible to please everyone. I agree with you. It is. It is impossible to please everyone. And yet, people complain and bitch, For Honor's dead because it doesn't please them. How do we please them and everyone? Raven, what do you think of the Metal Gear franchise? Didn't play it. Lord Raven, do you like Jorm? And if so, are you excited to see what Jorm's rework will be? I like Jorm. I'm very interested to see what they do. I'm very interested. It's funny, everyone says that he's way too weak and needs a lot of help. I really don't see how much help he needs, but still. I don't like how some religions face hard backlash for what they did in history and blame people who follow that even though it might not be in your interest. I do not blame Christians for what happened in the Crusade. I do not blame every Muslim for what they did, for what some did in 9/11. See, the fact of the reality is that we're all different. We're all going to behave differently. And any idiot can use their faith as a reason to get away with anything. So I don't blame every Muslim for what some Muslims do or every Christian for what some Christians do. That's foolishness. And I do not judge a religion or faith based only on the actions of their historical counterparts. I base it on the teachings that I read. When I studied the Bible, when I studied the Quran, when I studied the Hadiths, when I studied the Torah, when I studied Hinduism, when I studied Buddhism, when I studied Shintoism, when I studied all these different faiths and beliefs, I did not judge it based on, oh, here's how they acted at this point in time in history. No, I base it on what I've read or what I've learned, and I can build my understanding of their faiths that way. Anyway. Dropping to say, love your work, Raven. Binge all your videos, even the ones I've watched already. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. It really does. Let's see. Religion shouldn't be demonized nor elevated. Religion needs to be seen objectively, and objectively, religion is sadly used by bad people to do stuff. Yes, but it can also be used by good people to do stuff. You know that most charities in the world are Christian-sponsored, you know. It's kind of crazy. I wish I could be with y'all, but I got to wake up early tomorrow, so peace out. Later, Tongla. Thanks for coming. Do not judge religion on the bad, for those who use religion for evil are not truly righteous. Very true. Now, if the religion itself advocates evil, that's a different matter entirely. And there are some faiths, most of them dead now, very ancient faiths, that did say, you know, you should kill others, or you should do evil things, or that it's excusable to do to do evil things. Hey, Raven, what rep is your Jorm? Mine is 11. My Jorm is rep 27, I think. All right, the new hero is the Pop. Pope. The Pope. Gotcha. Do we know anything about that new upcoming hero? Well, they're probably going to be Arabic to some degree, or Persian. Sorry I can't stay for the stream, Raven. I gotta work and be an adult. That's okay. That's okay. You do that. I understand. Being an adulting is hard. Hey, Raven, just want to say, listen to some of your For Honor stories and absolutely love them. Glad you like them. Glad you like them. People say For Honor is dead because the toxic community driving people away, to be honest. If you want to... For Honor's community is not that toxic, okay? I have seen toxicity. Go play Dead by Daylight, or Rainbow Six Siege, or Call of Duty, or Halo 3. You will find toxic people. Here, I don't see nearly as much of it. Hey, Raven, I'm really worried about when they complete the Outlanders. Are we getting... and we start getting Night here, I'm really worried we'll be fantasy magic characters. That is something to be concerned about, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. This anti-Christianity stuff is kind of what makes me wary of playing this game. The anti-Christianity in For Honor is not blatant. It's very subtle. But I did a whole video talking about how I feel like what they did was they originally were going to make the Knights Christian, but then realized there would be backlash to that, and so they tried to retcon it out. But I talked about that in a previous video. It's one of my older videos called Are the Knights Christian? Remember Xbox Live? I do remember that. I'll be interested in a Mongolian hero. Everyone says that. Raymond, can I get your thoughts on Ubi moving away from the Baver on Lawbringer's chest plate? I prefer the Baver ones personally. It's a design choice. I can see it both ways. I play comp and people dox and DDoS each other on like an Xbox comp. It's really bad over here. Yeah, exactly. So if people are saying, oh, For Honor's dead because it's toxic, I'm like, if toxicity is the definition of a dead game, then Dead by Daylight is officially dead. Dead by Day, there are YouTube channels like Aaron Duke and Spook and Jukes who make their whole identity on YouTube practically when they're not streaming, calling out toxic people in that community. I don't see anyone doing that for Honor because I don't think you can do that very often. There aren't enough toxic people to do that. Anyway, hear me out. 100-player battle royale. You have to find weapons and you get its moveset. Matt's found. That'd be very hard to do. That'd be very hard to do with For Honor. Hey Raymond, I love your execution videos. Thank you. I'll be working on the next one soon. I don't blame them for not adding Christianity. They wanted to be on the safe side, and I respect that decision. Well, I don't. Only because it was kind of a cop-out. Because they still added Norse mythology, Japanese mythology, and Chinese mythology. And if this new hero is openly Muslim, then I will call it even more of a cop-out. Only because they said we won't add any monotheistic religions in For Honor. Well, not only is Islam a monotheistic religion, Islam affirms Christianity to some degree. It mentions Christianity in its text. So, yeah, I'm afraid I do have to call them out on that a little bit. Do you think For Honor can have a Robin Hood-like hero? Probably not. Hey, Raven, as soon as I get a job, I hope you know you're owning half of my paycheck. Thank you, I appreciate that, but don't break the bank for me. Let's see. Raven, will you grade factions and universal executions? Eventually. Eventually, I'll do that. I feel like Mongols would be a great inclusion after a Persian or Turk. Yeah, they could be. For Honor's going to be 7 years old with each year new updates, heroes, cosmetics, and yet people say game is dead. My response to that is, ever heard of Evolve? How about Battlefield 1? That's a game that didn't need to die, but it did. Overwatch is the most toxic game I've ever played. I have never played Overwatch, so I'll take your word for it. Smash or Pass For Honor Heroes video? I don't know anything about that. A few months ago, I'd seen some statistics that For Honor has 80% toxic players. Who made that poll? Who made that statistic? And what were they grading toxicity on? I'm willing to bet that if I were to ask my chat right now to define toxicity, like what does a player have to do to be toxic, I'm pretty sure that we would get different answers. Someone would say emote spamming, and then someone would reply, no, that's not toxic. You know, thanking in chat, spamming thanks in chat is toxic. No, that's not toxic. Messaging someone after a match is toxic. No, come on, man. Only death threats are toxic. Guys, if we could get an actual barometer, like explain what is toxic and what isn't, and we could all agree on it, then I'll trust the statistic. Let's see. That was less because of the fan base. Y'all are talking about other stuff. Hey Raven, when Lubu? I have no idea. I have no idea if they'll ever add a Lubu hero. I'm wondering if they're ever going to add another Wulin hero, to be honest. Is using long executions toxic? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where to define toxicity. Anyway, I'm going to let you talk a minute. My throat is a little parched. I'm going to grab something to drink. Be right back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I was also a little lunchy. I haven't eaten. So I got myself some cereal. Too bad I'm out of milk. So, I'll just have to eat them old-fashioned style. You know, like you eat a Cheez-It. Just. Alright. Hey Raven, who is the most toxic person you've met on YouTube? That's a tough question. That is a very tough question. I've met a lot. I've met a lot of toxic people on YouTube. Some people telling me that one person did tell me, this was a weird one. I had one person who used to be a fan of my channel. I don't know why he stopped. I don't know why he stopped being a fan of my channel. But when I made the announcement that me and my brother were hunkering down for the hurricane that was passing through, he left a comment saying, "I hope it takes you away with it, inbred." I was like, wow. I replied to him by saying, sorry to disappoint you, but it didn't. I'm still very much alive. So yeah. You sounded kind of sick and exhausted when you did your Nushu grading video. I was sick and exhausted. I was still getting over the flu. I was very much sick. I'm sorry. I think the most toxic for honor YouTuber is Wardog. Who's Wardog? I've never heard of that one. What do you consider toxic, Raven? I consider someone toxic when they, I consider it. There are some things in game that I think are that are silly, like emote or chat spamming, and I think that's a bit toxic, but it's not a big deal. I think it gets egregious when you message someone later and call them trash or insult them or threaten them just because of a game. That's not just toxic. That's just awful. That's awful behavior. Let's see. Hey Raven, do you work out or are you a big boy like Shugoki? I work out. I used to do MMA. Granted, I don't do it anymore because I moved and I can't find a good gym nearby, and even if I could, I can't afford it. But I still keep myself very fit. I don't necessarily have a six-pack. I don't have one of those. I knew a lot of guys with them, but I don't have a six-pack, but I still keep myself fit. I can run about 4 miles without stopping. I used to be. It's sad, really. I'm not unhealthy, but I could be more healthy. I can run 4 miles. I used to be able to run 10, stuff like that. The trick for me is without a gym or a steady practice session or what have you. Sometimes it can be very difficult for me to remind myself to stay healthy. So I try to force myself to run every day if I can. Keep myself in shape. Winter Tommy was a pretty fun For Honor YouTuber, but he plays other games now. That's fine. Lots of people do. Wardog is a YouTuber who tries to make the whole team angry. He leaves his teams in 1v4s. He messages people, he emotes. Yeah, okay. Alright. Hey Raven, how about a Santa skin for Shugoki? That'd be kind of cool. Hey Raven, how is it fair in your grading executions that Warmonger has fewer executions and Warden does better because half of her executions did good when Warden has many better ones? Because Warmonger has the advantage of only having a few executions, whereas Warden had 17. The fewer executions you have, that's going to be a difference in averages. I'm sorry if you find it unfair, but if I'm going to grade all of them, then I need to keep to my own grading standard. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, I love working out. Lost a bunch of weight, but sadly I injured my right knee, so I'm nerfed until I can jump again. Homework outs to be exact. I gotcha. Hey, Raven, I think a samurai with a matchlock rifle with a bayonet would be cool. It would be cool. I don't want to see it. Hey, Raven, what do you think of Jordan Peterson joining Daily Wire? I won't speak to the Daily Wire part, but I really like Jordan Peterson, so I have a lot of respect for him, so I'm kind of cool with that. A real Shogun clause. Speaking of which, let me plug my Teespring store for a minute. If you go to my Teespring store, limited time offer for the rest of the month, you can get a shirt or item with Shogun clause or Santa Shogun, whichever you want to call it, on the merchandise. That is limited time only. And for all my fans watching right now, if you go now and within the next 2 weeks and you use the promo code NOEL, that's N-O-E-L, NOEL, when you buy it, you will get 10% off of your purchase. Awesome. Anyway. Hey, Raven, sorry to repeat myself, but Valentine's Day French kiss, that'd be kind of cool. $10, hold on, that 1M1 me sent $10 saying, you mean to tell me Dead Game Sword Simulator with an active community, invested fan base, and unique gameplay is getting an update? Nah, I don't believe you. That's shocking. I know. It's very shocking. But I really appreciate the $10, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for donating. That means so much to me, guys. Hey, Raven, on the Warmonger's new X, if you have the sword of parry hooks, she digs that hook deep in the brain like, sheesh. Agreed. Mal's in chat. Promo, that's correct. That is correct. I'm promoting. That is correct. Hey, Raven, if you can add an event of any choosing, what would it be? A crusade event. Slay the heretics. All right, we got about a minute left, guys. A minute less. I don't care why, but female Raven makes me feel things. All right, fair enough. Okay, guys, so what's going to happen is I'm not going to go to full screen until I know that the audio is going to work, because quite often the audio is too low or too loud, and so people ask me to adjust it. So until we get the audio adjusted, I will not go to full screen yet. So there you go. Hey, Raven, how's the For Honor and Glory story going? I've had to put it on hold until I finish the Christmas stories that I'm writing. If I have a Dynasty base here, would make me give them all my money. All right, guys. It's just about time. It's just about time. I wonder how many people I got watching right now. Let's have a look. 194 people watching me right now? At one point it was 200. That's incredible. That is incredible. The stream hasn't even started and I've already got such a high viewer count. That's so amazing. Guys, y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, Raven, what is your favorite game that Russian Badger plays? Ah, man. I don't even know. I really liked his Far Cry 5 video. That one's always fun. I also liked his Fallout New Vegas video, but I don't play New Vegas, so take it with a grain of salt. What historical figure or fictional character would you buy a Christmas gift for? Historical figure, I'd buy Jesus a Christmas gift. But fictional character? I don't know. All right, we're starting. Whoa. Shattered Fates. Okay. That does look like Black Prior down there. That looks like Black Prior down there in the bottom. And that looks like a chick. What the? What is this music? What is this music? Okay, can you all hear it and me okay? Can you all hear it and me okay? $10 from Mal. When they start talking max out the volume, we will still be able to hear you because the Ubisoft's mics are low. Okay, I'll max out the volume. Thank you for the $10, by the way. It's louder than my voice? Okay. We can adjust that just a little. Alright, that should have done it. It's too loud. It's too loud. Okay, I'll lower it. Is that any better? Is that any better? Is it better now? Let me know if that, let me, this is much better. Y'all can hear me better. 10 minutes. Like he shows up. I'm here for it. No, still not time. Go on. Not like that. All right. Ooh, let's go. 7 minutes, guys. We will have Jerusalem for Christmas. I like that. Aaron, what do they mean when they say Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu are all key aspects of Brahman? It's the idea of Brahman, the idea that they're all part of the creation and destruction of creation. Hey Raven, are you excited? I'm very excited. I'm super excited. Stop watching this Brotherhood of Shakir Constantine. We will be witnessing the birth of Jesus. Oh, all the fires are because King Herod is burning Bethlehem. We will go and witness the birth of Jesus. That would actually be a sick. No, imagine this is a game mode for Christmas, guys. King Herod has sent his men into Bethlehem to go and kill all the baby boys, and you send in your soldiers to try and help Mary, Mother Mary, Joseph, and Jesus get out of Bethlehem so that they can escape to Egypt. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. What do y'all think of that? Let me know in chat if you like that idea. I think that'd be a cool idea. I'm not trying to brag, but I used to be a 3D fixer at Ubisoft. I left in season 1 of For Honor. What I'd done with my team was fix stuff up, like if your weapon is slightly out of your hand. Well, you need to go back because Gladiator has that problem happening a lot. That is cool, though. Won't be able to watch the stream today, Raven. My lunch break is nearing its end. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that, bro. Let Jesus fight Jormungandr. Persian helmet. Santa's Merry Crusade against Krampus Christmas event. Yes. No, we need to escort the 3 wise men. That'd be cool if the 3 wise men weren't attacked by Herod. He let them go. He let them go. It was Jesus who he wanted dead. 4 Crusader Wardens escorting baby Jesus. With Mother Mary holding on. Yes. Yes, that'd be awesome. Joseph right behind. Joseph could be, like a lawbringer or something. All right, Santa Volt. I left because they said I was a 3D artist and they had me do everyone's lunch. Like, that ain't my job. Oh, okay. This music is fire. I agree. This is pretty good music. This is pretty damn good music. But then again, I was also kind of getting tired of the Demon Dagger music, which is good, but I'm just heard it so much. So I'm kind of glad to have a different music set. Will you be streaming tomorrow? And if so, will you be discussing this? I will stream tomorrow, yes. I will discuss some of this in that stream if I'm asked about it, yes. But I will be making another video later today summarizing everything we heard in this. So if you don't want to stick around and you want to leave and just hear my summarization, I will be releasing a video later about that. Imagine if we get a praying emote. That'd be kind of cool. Are those flying carpets? No, they're broken shards. They're shards being broken. Because it's a shattered faith. Try to see what weapon she's holding. I can't zoom in very much. Here, let me zoom in like this. Is that? That looks like a large shield bracer. That looks like a large shield bracer, and in her other hand, is that? That is a very short dagger, or it's a Qatar punch dagger. That if she has a Qatar punch dagger, I will fall in love with this hero. I've wanted a Qatar hero for a while. Get it? Guitar hero? Ha! Sorry, I apologize. Anyway, let's see. Please be Mameluke. Looks like it's an Islamic star. If, again, I say it again, if they make a Muslim hero, I'm going to demand that they give me a Christian knight. That's all I'm saying. What's going on, Raven? Can't wait for Tiandi's hero skin. I don't know if it's going to be Tiandi. Everyone's saying it's Black Prior this time. But yeah, if this is a straight up an Assassin's Creed character, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Not in a good way. I'll be very disappointed in them, but I will still laugh. All right, 2 minutes, guys. Raven, what led to the Roman Empire seeing Jesus as a threat? That's a long explanation, and we don't have time to go into it right now. Ask me again in Discord, and I'll explain. Does Black Prior have Christian references in his voice lines? He actually does, and I did a whole video on that. Look up my video, A Black Prior's Sermon, and you'll hear all about it. Black Prior does have Christian references in his voice lines. Leave a like on the stream, guys. Please do. Leave a like. Hey Raven, didn't they say that having their mocap? Yeah, I think that the new hero will have unique executions. Yeah, I think the new hero is definitely female, and I'm very curious as to what they're going to do with that. Hey Raven, what is your favorite season theme from all the seasons from this game? Black Prior's theme is my favorite. The Vortiger season theme, that was my favorite. That music slapped so hard. By the way, before we get started, I do have a question for you guys. People say that they don't watch my streams because all I do is shout and scream and go, woo, all the time. And I don't know, do I bother y'all with that? Do I get overexcited for that? Let me know in the chat. I want to know. Also, let me know in the chat when the stream starts if you can't hear them or can't hear me, and I will adjust accordingly. Please let this female hero have decent hair. I know, right? Dylan Farage says, yes, I get too excited. Okay, I'll try to calm down. Alright, here we go, boys. And girls. I know I have some girls in the audience. Fates reveal. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. And again, let me know in chat if you can't hear me or you can't hear them.
You're finally awake. Welcome back, everybody.
Was that a Skyrim reference? Did Brian Dixon just make a Skyrim reference? You should be ashamed, but I love you for it.
All that good stuff. So pre-recorded. And, you know, we're at home getting all comfy.
In the heart of Holy See, in the home of Christianity, the seat of power is in danger. There's a foe of 1,000 swords. They've been abandoned by the Lord.
Season 4, title update 1 kicks off next
Okay, you can hear me good. Can you hear them?
Yes, December 15th.
We're all good? We're all good?
Double check.
Awesome, okay.
I did the thing. As always, we've got tons of fun stuff coming your way. But first,
All right, their voice is
Mr.
low.
Josh,
Their voice is
what are we
low.
doing with Twitch drops this time?
You watching? Hello, hi, welcome to the show. Would you like to win some really cool stuff? We'll make sure that your Twitch account and your Ubisoft account.
They kind of quiet.
are
Okay,
linked.
good. Thanks for telling me. I'll
These
just
awesome
up
rewards.
them up a
Twitch
little
drops
bit.
every single den, but we're doing something a little
Is that
special
better?
for this. So
Is this better? Can
the
y'all hear them
usual,
okay?
Per 30 minutes, you get a scavenger crate.
Need more volume on Ubi? Let me turn mine
30
down a
minutes
little
of
bit too.
accumulated
Let me
viewing
turn mine
time,
down a little
and
bit
then you will also be entered to win 100,000 steel, a chance to win 100,000 steel,
Turn up the
and the hero
volume,
skin, which will be
okay.
unlocking on December 15th. But Brian, it's holiday season, right?
All right, let me know.
It
Is that
is
good? Is that
indeed
good?
The season of the holidays.
We want to do something a little special for everyone who
Can y'all hear it
has been
okay now?
supporting
Let
us
me
and
know
stuff
in
like
chat.
that.
Let me know
So
in
you
chat.
are
This is good.
entered
I've got
into
one
the
yes,
100K
got
steel
better.
and the hero skin,
I've
which
got
unlocks on December
alrighty,
15th.
I've got
You
yes.
will also enter in automatically for a
Now
chance
it's
to win
okay.
a For
Good,
Honor
good.
ugly holiday sweater.
Sounds good.
$3.99.
It's
You ain't gotta
good.
pay anything for it. So
Yes.
Sounds good.
Before,
Awesome.
Before
Sounds like
we
everyone
talk
likes
about
it. Sounds
like
like
how you
everyone
will
likes it.
know what
Okay.
you win,
Then in that
please, we want to make
case,
sure that everyone who enters
I'm super excited,
is eligible.
guys.
So
I'm
please be
super
like
excited.
18 years or older. Because obviously this makes sense. And whoever does win, you'll be contacted by email on December 12th. And please, when you do get the email, make sure you respond promptly because you have 24 hours until we
That
will.
is a nice
unfortunately
looking
have to
sweater. I'm
pick
not gonna
somebody
lie.
else.
And we don't
I mean, I know it's
necessarily
supposed
to be an ugly sweater, but I'd wear it. I'd wear that sweater.
Say thank you.
Hit
But
that stopwatch, and when it says 24 hours, that's it.
exactly.
Okay, I'll lower mine a little
But
bit.
for those who don't win, don't worry. We're not just gonna leave you hanging. If you look on the screen right now at the promo code for Honor, that's 3 hoes. You will receive 20% off the Ubisoft store, which you can actually end up buying this holiday sweater
All
yourself,
right, so,
or anything else
I
that's
wish I
in
could
the store
hear what
that
they
might
say
tickle
while-
your
oh,
fancy.
sorry, am I too loud?
Yeah, we're super excited to be able to do this. This is it's the holiday time. We want to give back, say thank you. So yeah, good luck and may the frame rates be ever in your favor. Sorry, that just kind of flew right off my tongue.
No,
Now you're a little too loud?
It's
Okay,
the season.
then let's-
It's the season of For Honor. Funny sword game
Right,
season
just
is
a little-
upon us.
Okay.
But it was
But
a funny gun game.
That's why I do
no,
this. That's why
I had to correct people on that.
That's why I have to
only-
make sure I work it out.
She's got a sword. It's still a funny sword game. Just
True.
a pirate has a pew pew cannon. Anyway, update on the Pro-Ams. Pro-Am timeline coming at you.
Pro-Am
So
tournament.
we
I
promised
love
an
the
update
Apollyon
on
with
this
shades
last
thing. That's
time,
funny to me. That
and
just feels funny to
we're
me.
delivering. So Pro-Ams will be held.
I want to watch the stream normally, but then I wanted to watch it with you.
21st
Thank you, Turkish Turkey.
of
I
2023.
appreciate that.
So we'll start signups like first, second week of January. And
Lower
I just
them
want to
just a
remind
bit,
everyone
lower them,
of the
okay.
format. So it's going to be 2 pros, 2 amateurs. But wait, there's more.
All right.
We're going to randomly
Let me know
seed
if-
the
let me know
pros
if it's good.
so that they can't take advantage of the buddy system. However, our amateurs can. You can sign up with a friend. And the goal here is to force some knowledge sharing and also give people a chance to participate in something that's maybe a little more competitive without being like a full-on comp player. Because I know for a lot of our community, that's not really what they want from the game. But it'll get them some exposure to playing For Honor in a more competitive environment and give them a chance to win some
Alright,
awesome
I mean,
prizes
We're
because
talking
we
about
are
Pro-Am.
printing
That's cool.
like
I don't have any problem with
130
that.
statues of one from every faction.
Raise my mic a bit, and that should
well,
be
almost.
good. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. And so the winning teams for each platform
rocking
in each
that
region
Joseph Seed
will
look.
get a statue with
Love
little
you,
plaque
Raven.
that
Thank you,
says
Skylar.
Pro-Am
Appreciate
winner
that.
with the
Thank
season and the year on it. So if you
Let
want the
your
whole
friends
set,
at
you
Ubisoft
gotta
know
win
that I'm
full years
interested
with
in
Pro-Ams.
working
So that's
with them.
4 Pro-Ams in a year because we
Always
want
happy
to
to offer
do
my
these
suggestions.
once every season. So winter, spring, summer, autumn.
You don't want to drip sweat, but you want to perspire just a little bit.
Just a
this
little.
is
A nice
this is a tournament
misting.
for you.
A nice misting.
A nice. I'm warm.
You're a little verklempt.
I mean, I am warm.
And
All right. it
so
seems
this
that
is
everyone's
community's
saying
first
that my
tournament
mic
that we're
is
running.
good,
We're
their
really
volume
excited
is
about
good,
it,
then we're all
and
good.
it should be a nice twist on a formula,
Excellent.
and definitely something I haven't seen before. Certainly not in For Honor. But that's not all that's coming from the community team because we also are hard at work, always making fresh TikTok content. So don't forget to follow the Ubisoft TikTok
heck?
to find more delicious For Honor content like
My
this
God, I don't
overload of
need to see
Goki
that.
cake. So
I
I
was
was
a good dancer, better than I am.
I thought they were going to.
I did not need to see that with
too much
Shinobi.
cake.
I did not need to see that.
Too much sauce.
But that's not all. Stick around because we'll be right back with Year 6, Season 4 TU1 updates. But before that, as is tradition, we have the Year 6 Season 4 launch trailer. So sit
launch
back,
trailer.
strap
Okay,
yourselves
guys.
in, and enjoy.
Buckle up. Buckle up. Here we go. I have not seen this.
Fate is the
What the-
one true enemy. A warrior that can't be fought or predicted. Yet in the libraries of Arabia, there is a sphere
What?
that tells the histories of tomorrow, hidden by a wise and beloved sultana.
What?
Now it is mine. I have seen a prophecy, a secret for Horkos, and us alone. Victory is in our grasp, and fate will be written by my hand.
Wait. What? No.
Heathmore's destiny laid bare. Drawn from a feather. Dipped
What?
in blood.
Okay, wow. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts about that. Oh my goodness. Yes, that was a reference to the Leper King, but that was also a crown of thorns. I have a feeling I know where they're going with this, and
Warriors,
I'm very
fates have
scared.
been shattered. There is a new relic among the lands of For Honor. Welcome to Year 6, Season 4 Shattered Fates. I'm super excited to talk about this, and we have an amazing panel of people. And first off, we have Stefan and Andre joining us to talk about this
I love
awesome
that
season.
trailer.
Stefan,
That was a
start with
really
you. Welcome
sick
to the show. How you
trailer.
doing?
The hero skin looks really cool. It's a direct nod to the Leper King, I think.
Right,
But I have a feeling they're
single-handedly
going to go a
invited
direction,
you
and I'm
to
scared about that
both of them.
direction.
Grateful. But Andre, I believe this is the first time
I
you and
saw
I
the
have
Crown
actually
of Thorns. I
interacted
saw
on the
it.
Warriors Den.
No, that's
so
that's
that's awesome.
man.
Welcome. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I think it is our first time working together, so it's a privilege for both of us.
Exactly, dude. It's an honor, man. Awesome. So like I said, we are starting a new season, Year 6, Season 4 Shattered Fates, which begins on December 15th. We will talk about the TU1 and TU2, but first, Stefan, let's go ahead and kick it over to you. Let's go ahead and set the stage for this season. What is this relic? What are the Shattered Fates? Like, what is this?
Awesome. Over the course of this episode of the Warriors Den, we're going to hear all about the fourth season in the year of the relic. Over the course of this year, we've seen the Chalice, and seen the immortal Ramiel, and the Wyverns, Bolthorn, Miko, and now we're going to meet finally the Celestial Sphere, which shows visions of the future, and we're going to find out all about Commander Revere, who kind of enacts a plan to get to see these visions for herself, and make some enemies along the way that we'll meet in TU2.
I see what you did there. Nice. So let's go ahead and talk about we'll talk about TU1 today for this episode of the Warriors Den. We've got a lot going on. Obviously, the holidays are coming around, so we're doing some events, man. So let's talk about it.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. So title update 1, it launches December 15th. Over the course of this title update, we will get to start with the Frostwind Knights
All right,
event.
so the Hero Skin Battle Pass and Frostwind Knights
If you like
event
ice
starts
brawlers, you like
December
dunking
15th.
people in
Okay.
the freezing cold.
The
this
Hero
is for
release
you.
is on February 2nd.
Battle Pass
The
launches
Hero
right off the
release
bat.
is
The
on
Pass also
February
right off the bat. That's
2nd.
cool. Hero
Keep that in
Skin,
mind,
which
boys
Andre and
and
others
girls.
are going to talk to you about. I'll let them talk about it, but it's kind of the opposite. If you like ice, you got the event. If you like fire, you got your little pyromaniac hero skin coming there. And then also in the title update one, we've got Testing Grounds. This is Jormungandr. I know some people have been waiting for that, so this is your time in the sun. And then Hero Fest on January 5th, 19th, and Raining Inferno for a little extra firepower in January 12th.
All awesome stuff. Cannot wait for Ice Brawlers. Obviously, don't want to get too far ahead of talking about
hero.
Ice
The
Brawlers.
new hero
We'll get
comes
to that,
out
later on
February 2nd. They're not going to reveal the new hero yet.
Let's talk about the hero skin. Let's talk about the narrative aspect of Year 6, Season 4, Andre. Let's go ahead and bring you in to join the party here. There's a lot going on here with
it looks like there's a lot going on. Can you explain what I just saw?
So we're finally introducing Arabian lore into for our canon for the first time. In the past, we've had the Blades of Persia event, but this is the first time we're adding Arabia into the main storyline. And so that begs the question, where has Arabia been this whole time in the world?
Probably the same place Egypt is.
It turns out
they're both in the desert, so I imagine they're pretty close
the
continent-wise.
Arabian Peninsula split off and became its own island. And when you're detached from all the fighting going on in Heathmoor, turns out you can do pretty well for yourself because during this time, Arabia prospers. They make all kinds of advances in arts, sciences, and philosophy.
Oh my
This
God!
is really
really?
a time that we've inspired based off the Islamic Golden Age. And so
Oh
for
my
centuries,
God!
Arabia has
Really?
guarded the relic of the season. That
Oh
Stefan
my
talked about,
Lord!
the
You did not just
celestial
say
sphere.
that. You did
And
not
the
just say
celestial
that.
sphere is a fabled orb that can foretell the future by reading the stars.
You did
It's
not
a
just
star
say
map,
no.
and so it
You did
reads
not just say
events
that.
like disasters or war. But in Arabia, they only interpret
Oh,
these prophecies,
you
using the knowledge
complete
for their own safety,
dunderheads. I knew
but
you'd do
refusing to
this. I knew
interfere
you'd
in
do
world
this.
events at large because they believe nobody else besides them should have access to this forbidden knowledge.
Oh my God. Okay.
Blackbriars,
They're basing this off the Islamic Golden Age.
Knowledge. They've heard
selfish.
They're
rumors.
saying that Arabia,
Yes, very
Arabia in this
selfish.
world has split off and become an
And
island.
our new hero skin for the season.
It's split off and become an
is
island, and
extremely
apparently because of
selfish.
that, it's you know what? We'll come back to it.
Vortigern sends her Commander
come back to it.
Revere
I'll talk
to
about it in a
infiltrate Arabia. And Commander Revere is Vortigern's second in command. And as you see from the amazing concept art right here, she hides her face behind this terrifying mask, and nobody really knows what she looks like back there. There are rumors that she suffered some horrible disfigurements.
None of the Horko's
eruption
army
of
have ever
Mount
seen
Ignis,
Ravier's visage. Some
but
Black
nobody
Powers
really
believe
knows for
she's
sure.
removed her mask in the presence of Vortigern, but no one knows
Either
for
way,
sure.
that
Everyone is
frightening
all but clear
reputation
her mask is her
lasts
true
rise
face.
meteorically
With the celestial
through the ranks
sphere,
of
Arabia saw the
priors.
threats of war and natural disasters
Vortigern
far in
quickly
advance, and the
notices
people
her
were able
cruelty
to
in
prepare
battle,
accordingly.
approves of
Because of
it,
the relic,
and
the kingdom has
promotes her,
prospered
and now has
undisputed
tasked her
centuries.
with this all
Screw you. I know exactly where we're going, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Ubisoft. You should be ashamed. The hero skin looks awesome. It looks sick. I love this hero skin, but the story you're going, wow, I'm ashamed of you, Ubisoft. This was a bad choice.
And so Arabia's current Sultana takes pity on Heathmoor, establishes diplomatic ties, and allows the Blackfriars in, which is, of course, her first mistake. Because in her hubris, in Arabia's long-time prosperity, she believes she's basically untouchable, even though some advisors, her closest advisors, warn her that there's been omens in the celestial sphere of an approaching enemy. Nevertheless, she lets in Revere and the Blackfriars, who pose as friendly diplomats. Because Revere is, of course, not just a cold killer, she's also an incredibly shrewd Machiavellian figure, eloquent, and so she can expertly manipulate the Sultana into finally gaining access to the relic. And so she makes her way to Arabia's vast library where they house the relic. She peers inside it, and she sees a secret prophecy, a vision of the future. We don't know what Revere sees, but at least not yet, we don't know what she sees. But the secret prophecy appears to be enough to give the priors the edge that they needed. And so, not wanting anyone else to know the secrets, Revere smashes the sphere, slays the Sultana, and goes out of Arabia fighting with her Black priors. And of course, this entire tale,
Wow.
pretty
Wow.
crazy story. Yeah. And if that sounded crazy, we go into even more detail in the short story. It's told in 3 parts. It's called The Might of Misery, and it's written by our wonderful writer Ian Cardona. And yes, you learn more about Revere, the aftermath of her mission, and perhaps you're even going to get some sneak peeks into what she saw in the Sphere. And so, yeah, that's an overview of the skin and the season.
Thank you so much for going through that. But I do have one question. So the Sphere can like tell the future and like it can see into the future. Would it be possible if the Sphere actually like foresaw its own demise, like its own destruction, and like if that's I don't know.
Well, the Sultana's advisors, they would like to discuss that with you. They would probably agree that there's some bad omens coming.
My line is open. But yes, so we are doing a short story for the hero skin. The first part is actually going to be released today, so be on the lookout for that on our social media platforms. And then parts 2 and 3 will be available on December 16th. I love the short stories. They're phenomenal. And the skin just looks insane. We're actually going to talk about that just in a few minutes. But Stefan, Andre, thank you so much for coming on to give us an overview of the setting of Year 6 Season 4, talk about some of the lore, where we're at narrative-wise. It all looks great, and I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the content over this episode.
Yes, will do. Now, get at it. Boom, and just like that, there are more people to talk about.
Oh, wow, we're not even going to do a transition. They're just already there? Okay.
Anastasia, Aiden, Julian, welcome to the show. Anastasia, we'll start with you. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Josh. Thank you for having me here. I'm very happy.
Super stoked. And Aiden, I believe this is your very first time on the Warriors Den, so I would like to give you a hearty welcome. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you? Thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here at the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same here. I'm super excited. And Julian,
they're just going through all the introductions now, and I will explain later when I get the chance
why. Josh, how are you?
Why I'm not a fan of the direction they're going, because I already see where this is leading, and I don't like it at
all. As we're talking about the what's coming with
from a narrative direction,
so we're going to do a little bit more of a deeper dive into this hero skin and the artistic direction, because it is gorgeous. I love it. So, Anastasia, what was it like for the team creating this skin and the inspiration that went behind crafting this brilliant piece of art?
So this season, we are introducing you the new hero skin, which was made for the Black Prior. It's Commander Revere. As Andre just told us, she only brings death and destruction wherever she goes. And we really wanted to emphasize these characteristics of hers. So she's dressed entirely in black and her robe is very worn out. But if you look closer, you'll see that she is wearing a full armor suit. And this kind of tells us that she's pretty dangerous and you don't want to mess up with her. We don't know who she is. She's hiding her identity. She's wearing this silver mask on her face, and her face, her neck, and her everything is covered. And the only thing that we can see is this strand of the hair that come loose from under her hood. And actually, our players will be able to change the color of this hair, which is
okay. So we can change her hair color.
Awesome.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So she's dressed entirely in black. And according to this story, we meet her when she destroys this celestial sphere and burned the city. So to emphasize this story, we added this smoldering effect on her robe and on her armor as well. So the hardest thing was to keep everything very simple. Don't use a lot of elements on her, but
like I
make
said,
her
the armor
look
looks
very
great. I love the
at the same time.
hero skin
and
itself.
I think our art director Andrew and our fantastic team, like concept artists, modelers, riggers, tech artists, and of course our texture artist Aiden did an exceptional job for this character.
Absolutely. I love how terrifying she is, but just having just a bit of her hair showing just adds this element of elegance to her that is just, it's phenomenal. And then when you add in this new effect that we have on this hero skin, Aiden, why don't you go ahead and talk to us about this new kind of fire effect that we're adding to the skin to really help bring it to life even more?
Yeah. So Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Want to share with you about some texture workflow in our production. So actually in our game, you can see we have a very huge materials library we create in Substance. And very useful and especially for our texture work. So of course for this hero skin, especially for this one, we still try to make it look some different and special compared to the previous one. This is what we will always like to do. So for this time, the main jobs of the texture was on the cloth and metal. And so let's talk about the metal first. And so for the metal, it always very important materials for our in our game, especially for the knight characters. So we researched some references of the metal to figure out what is the better treatment for this hero skin. And our goal is making it look realistic with some damages and their darts, but also we need to make sure it looks not too low class. Okay. So as you can see, the replication on the metal looks a little more glossy and with some engraving patterns, but still have darts in the junction to make it look more contrast with clean area and dirty area. And so the second one is for the cloth. For the special hero skin, there are a lot of pieces with the cloth and the fabric. So we have a very nice cloth texture applied for her to fit our needs and our qualities.
On the
so
fabric
the interesting thing is because we have new effect tools for this hero skin. So we added some burnt treatment on bottom of the cloth with a little orange color. You can
that's
see
a lot of extra detail.
similar with the fire and burning effect. So besides the generic cloth, we still try to do a specific treatment for her, which is a little bit silky cloth in the center one. So you can see on the upper part on the chest and also on the lower part in front of the legs, so that we can see more widen and contrast with different fabric things. So, but actually we already did like this for Ramil. So we reused the same one from it. It's because the intention is making it look cool and also
no offense, Aiden, but I think even your own people on the stream with you are falling asleep.
So the last very important update is the new effect tools. So I think you guys already noticed we have a new effect tool for this hero skin this time. So you might still remember we had special effects for every hero skin this year, such as flow effect for Ramil and moving panther for Viking and the animated eyes on the chest for the samurai. So for this special one, we have a burning effect on her cloth. So you can imagine she is walking in the library with the firing, and it's keeping moving from the bottom. And also you can find on the armors,
yeah, she looks sick. Like there's no question, she looks really, really good.
Weapons. So this is also the first time we added this type of the effect on the weapons. There are some similar visual effect keep moving on the blade and shield. That's a very big stuff. We spent much time and more steps to on the technical side and also for the texture side, such as we create some new shader and use more maps channels to achieve it. So the goal is make it looks cool and interesting, and also bring the new things different from the other hero skin. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I'm sure you will find more interesting details, things from this hero skin when you play. So really hope you enjoy it.
Enjoy indeed. If the goal was to make a cool and interesting skin, you knocked it out of the park. Everyone who had a hand in the skin, it looks absolutely insane. It's my personal favorite. I like all of them. I don't even play Blackbriar, but I will be now. We will be equipped.
Yeah, that's it. So no, it's a sick looking skin. It really is. It looks
and
awesome.
For those who are interested in getting the Commander Riviere skin, you can get it.
I noticed he really didn't talk about the mask or the crown of thorns.
It'll be available
didn't
forever, so you don't have
about
to
those direct to references.
Limited anything. Just strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. But another thing that we want to talk about is the mood board. As you've noticed by our wonderful background here, we are bringing the Arabian goodness to For Honor this season, and this is so reflected in the mood board. So Anastasia, let's go back to you and take us through what it was like for the team to find some real world elements to pull from for this.
Yeah. So just want to remind you that this year was the year of fantasy, and now it's final season, and it's the end of the real year, and also it's a holiday season. So we wanted to bring
some of
this
these images you're using
kind of like
are not
festive
Arabian
mood
origin, like for
to
example
this
that
season.
right there. How,
And
that's a digital
the main
universe
inspiration
picture.
for
How
this
is that
season
Arabian?
was galaxies,
Well, that doesn't look
Arabian
Arabian,
motifs. This is what
These are different
inspired
phases of the
our
moon.
Mood
Again,
and
I don't see how
the
that's
colors of
Arabian.
this season. So the sky
This is
full
a
of stars,
snowflake. That's a
the bloody
snowflake.
moon.
What do these have to do with
they
Arabia?
bring this very unique visual content to this season.
Some of this,
compared to
okay,
the
some of this I
previous
get.
one,
Some of this I'm
when
like,
we have
okay,
all
cool
this,
references, cool
moody
ideas.
colors like
What do some of
fog,
these have to do with
spider
Arabia? I guess the
webs,
idea
and,
is some of
remember,
these
right?
like are meant
Yeah.
to represent like the sphere.
We're a lot less scary this time around, everybody.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time we wanted to do something magical, and it's perfect time, right? So also in this season we are introducing this new cultural theme like mathematics and astronomical tools and designs. We're using a lot of this astrology related designs and of course Arabic patterns and a lot of lights. For the holiday event for this year, instead of bringing this traditional holiday things, we decided to use a lot of like frost patterns, like snowflakes, decorative lights, and we think that this
I'm just
this
waiting
elements
for
will
Aladdin
bring
and
this
Jasmine to
magical
ride
and
by on a
festive
magic
mood
carpet
to
and then
this
Robin Williams to start
event.
mugging the camera.
It absolutely does, and like the space nerd in me is like freaking out just because like I actually like
Wait, is that straight up
started,
Will
like, getting
Smith
into
from the
space a lot more.
Aladdin
I saw
movie
Jupiter
right
and
there?
some
Did you
moons and stuff with my
actually
own
go
eyes. It
to
was insane.
Will
So,
Smith's
coming
genie as a
to
reference?
this season and getting just more of that and just like
Guys,
the mysticism and the magic and the wonders
really?
from that. I think it is evident throughout this entire season. So again, hats off to the team for being able to kind of just
Shame
like
on
bring that. But let's
Shame
maybe
on
dive
you
even
all.
further into that with the map realization and new elements that you can see in the game when you fire it up on December 15th for the new season. Julien, let's go ahead and talk about it. We can talk about the in-game realization.
Absolutely, Josh. Well, as you know, holiday season once again upon us. So season 24's in-game realization is somewhat a nod to the holidays sparkle and shine. So essentially, you won't have to go scavenging for the decoration box that's buried way back in your closet, Josh. That's the good news.
Thank you so much.
Kind of cool. I like that.
We got you. We got you. This season, the team wanted to inspire itself with the bright lights and shiny things, but really reinterpret those elements.
Can I just say how funny that was doing the bright lights and shiny things? That's how he describes it. We really wanted to portray the bright lights and shiny things
in the season. In creating this celestial universe, like Anastasia was talking about just a few moments earlier. By playing around with lighting and VFX.
Guys, we're going to be really focusing on the bright lights and shiny things.
Graceful, and of course that's striking at the same time. Music will also allow you to travel a bit.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. This season, guys, we're really focusing on the bright lights and shiny things.
For the season. So really cool stuff. For the map dressing, one could say that Starry Night was a good inspiration for the aesthetics of the map dressing. The team wanted to create an environment where the action of the battleground contrast
changed the harbor map
omnipresent, non-material element that brings,
whoa,
if you will, serenity, tranquility, and beauty.
Wow.
So you kind of have that nice clash between those.
Guys, if you can do all this updates
polar,
to an existing map, I
opposites.
want you to make a new map.
But also, it was important that these elements be as striking and brilliant as possible. Yes, the pun is intended, Josh. The sky for that is, of course, a great vessel for this. You want something brilliant, you want something big and omnipresent.
Right.
The sky is the best vessel for that. So, in some ways, the sky is going to be one of the stars of the season.
Did it again, stars. You're on a roll today, man.
There you go. I had that was also intended, but I didn't want to be on the nose about it.
Okay, I got you.
Cool little detail.
At least they're having fun. That's what matters.
The appearance of this guy is somewhat going to complement the season's storyline. So it may even hint at the events that are to come during the season. So really cool. Look to the stars, Josh.
Look to the stars. you will find your way. I love how the minions are just like a bunch of cloak boys now. They have like their hoods and stuff, being all ominous and all that. Love it. So look at that. Look at those guys running to.
Well, I mean, to be fair, these are the same knight minions you used during the Black Friars
holiday show.
event.
Exactly.
So you're reusing those
Absolutely.
minions.
We are introducing a battle pass with Year 6 Season 4, and it is chock full of so many amazing things. I'm very excited for us to go through it and to show you what we have in it, and we'll do a little sneak peek after we talk about it. But Anastasia, let's go ahead and talk about just a few of the elements that players can find in the battle pass this season.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
What's in the battle pass?
So for this season, the battle pass.
Stellar Knights
We
battle
explore
pass.
the
Stellar
theme
Knights
of mysterious Arabian knights.
It looks
Their
okay.
exotic
It's nothing
patterns,
great. It's just
lanterns, a bit of
Stellar Prophets
astrology,
battle outfit.
maybe
The Stellar Prophets. Okay.
alchemy. So everything like
Stellar Mage
mysterious,
outfit.
some stars.
Wow, I like the purple fire. That's kind of cool. It's
Also,
Zinch! It's Zinch!
one of the
Zinch
main
worshippers
theme
are in
of,
for honor!
This battle pass was the relic of this season.
Stellar Savant
It's
effect.
celestial sphere. So you'll see a lot of elements like celestial sphere,
Stellar Songbird ornament.
then
Oh,
stars.
that's kind of cool. That's kind of a neat ornament. I can see that on Magi. Time Crush.
Astronomical tools. So here you see this, celestial sphere in.
Oh, what a nice looking sphere! And
Whoa, what the hell?
sauce!
There you go.
What did that just do?
I really was
What
not
did that
expecting.
just do?
Was not expecting our poor hero here, poor Yarm to
Did
just
that
get.
warp them through time? What
There
was
was
that?
nothing left.
Sphere spills.
Right. So all kinds of like constellations,
okay. It's kind
stars,
of cool.
galaxies,
Nobushi showed some
you
skill
all
right
have
there.
it.
It's kind of neat.
And of course for the
And then new weapons. Okay, let's see these
they
weapons.
also was inspired by this relic
Wow,
of
that
the
is
season,
a
the celestial
big
sphere
spearhead.
and the
Dude,
stars.
that is huge.
Story.
Ha! She looks like
galaxies,
Candace from Genshin Impact.
astronomical tools.
I just made that
you'll
connection.
see a lot of
And I'm stupid.
Arabian
Stellar
patterns
Shisho
here
weapon.
as well.
Okay.
So it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous.
Wow,
very
nice. I like
mysterious.
the axe head. That's
It really
a good
does.
one.
You can definitely tell.
Oh, that's it?
Just
Come on,
like
show the rest.
everything from the mood board just had such a heavy impact on everything that's in the battle pass. Like that mysticism, the wonders of the universe essentially are just
Right.
like written on like the elements in the battle pass. It's absolutely wonderful. Everything looks so good. It also uses my favorite colors. Obviously, I like blue, so like it's very nice. So I am super thrilled for this season, and plus the key art for the battle pass. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't. That's so nice. It's so nice. But
Yeah, it looks
there you
good,
have
no
it. That
question.
that is everything about the Year 6 Season 4 that we could talk about today. Obviously, there's more, but we don't want to spoil everything right now. We gotta let you enjoy what you got.
All right,
fun
so
stuff.
done with that part. Now what's next?
Anastasia, Aiden, Julien, thank you so much for coming on
We're
the show.
flying through
today
this,
to talk
reveal
about
stream, so
Year
let's
6
see what
Season
else is
4,
next.
Mood board, that awesome hero skin, the map realization, battle pass, all that awesome stuff is coming this season. So excited. But Warriors, that's it for this segment, but don't go anywhere because we're going to run our Battle Pass weapons video, and stick around because we've got more cool stuff to show you. So don't go anywhere.
Okay, we're looking at the Battle Pass weapons. All right, Warden. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. Peacekeeper. Very nice. That's nice. It's a good Peacekeeper one. Centurions? Okay. Looks good. Wow, you can actually see through it. Wow, that's kind of neat. Gladiators is okay. It's just okay. Whoa, look at Blackbriar's shield. My boy, that looks sick. I like that. Warmonger? It's okay. That's okay. Okay, the Griffin one looks... Alright, that's fair. Lawbringers? That's not doing it for me. I prefer the blade to be bigger, the ball to be smaller. And the Conquerors? It's okay. The pheasant look doesn't do it for me, but it's still okay. Nothing wrong with it. Raider? Alright. Axe is okay. Berserker? It's fine. Nothing really wrong with it. Highlander? That's fine. It's okay. Shaman? Oh, I like that. I like that. That shamans look kind of good. I like the light, the lighting on it. Jormungandr's looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Like I said, Valkyrie looks a bit like Candace's weapon, so that's kind of neat. Wow, okay, the elephant thing with Warlord. That's kind of sick. I actually like that. I can see some Warlords wearing that. That looks kind of cool. I could definitely see that. Kensei? Alright. That's nice. That's kind of neat. Orochi. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that one. Shinobi. Oh, what's that? Is that like a ram's head? Okay, it's different. Aramusha. The handles are different, but that's all I noticed. Hitakiri, nice. I like the lion head in the center. That's kind of neat. That's a cool look. Kyoshin, kind of cool. Kind of fancy. I like that. Nobushi. It's fine. It's fine. Shugoki. Again, it's fine. Nothing outstanding, but it's okay. It's okay. Tiandi. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. I like the ribbon. I like the ribbon look. That's good. That's pretty cool. Shaolin's looking kind of good. I like those line heads, and I like the exchanging of colors. Yep, that looks good. Nutia. Okay, that looks fine. That's fine. Zhongjun. Oh, okay. I like the blade head. That one looks good. That one looks pretty good. Sanhu. Nothing doing it for me. That one just kind of okay. Sure. That's fine. Next. Pirate. The gun looks silly. The gun looks silly there. That's a very silly way to model a gun. I wouldn't have done that. And then Medjai. That looks kind of sick. That's a good one. That's a good one for Medjai. That's a very good one. That looks awesome. Okay, so overall, looking over all the weapons, I can say most of them are okay. Most of them are okay. None of these are really terrible. The only one I didn't like was Pirates. All of them are just decent, I'd say. Very much fitting with this solar constellation kind of thing, kind of this mystic kind of magic vibe. So that's cool. Some of y'all were asking me about what I don't like about the direction of the story. They've designed the new Black Friar to look like King Baldwin and to have a crown of thorns. Both references to not only a Jerusalem king who was very successful in his conquest against Saladin, but also with a Christian symbol of the crown of thorns.
Time for
they're having her be the obvious villain by having her allied with Orcos and invading a Muslim territory. And they said that they based the city off of the Islamic Golden Age and said they are only this successful because they were separated from all the fighting. They lived on an island. They were able to mass produce and build their own thing. And that's not how the Islamic Golden Age came to be. I feel like if I explained to them how the Islamic Golden Age actually happened, it would be the exact opposite of what happened in Iran. The Islamic Golden Age happened because as the Muslim forces pushed their way through Arabia, the Middle East, and into Northern Africa, they took the cultures that they invaded and conquered and added their knowledge and their learning and their experiences to their own. That's how they were able to grow so swiftly in medical knowledge, mathematics, astrology, astronomy, all that stuff. They grew so powerful and so fast and so intelligent because they conquered and brought in nations and cultures that taught them more. But they're saying here, no, we're totally isolated. And that's how we grew. That's not how that works. They have bought into a myth about the Islamic Golden Age, and I'm like, wow, so you're making the Christian-based warrior the obvious bad guy invading a town that got its wealth and power from being isolated. Boy, I'm like, that's not biased at all. No, not at all.
Alex, Nolan, and Manu.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Just go at it. So, we'll see you guys after.
Hey everyone, we have teamed up today for another Ice Brawler match, the mode that keeps on giving.
Alright, Frostwind Knights Brawler match. Let's see it.
Sky. It looks beautiful, but it doesn't detract from the ice cold deaths that we will be encountering here. I am against Nolan today. Hi Nolan.
Hi Ben.
Picking the Jormungandr. just to humiliate me even more if he gets to beat me.
Oh, it's just the breaking of the ice event again. Okay. Whoa, no, go back to that effect I just saw.
All right, let's go.
Are we really getting Zinch?
I am against Alex on my end, and in my team. Oh, you survived that? No way.
Yeah, we know about this.
I'm out.
We know
There
about
we
this
go.
game
All
mode.
right, all right.
We've been aware of this game mode for a very long time. It's a popular one. People like this one.
That's it. Game Michigan, not for you.
You know,
People like this game mode, so yeah, like no worries. We're happy for this game mode.
so
Trust me.
satisfying.
We're glad to have it back. But
Ice Ball is the only mode.
do we
where
really
you
need a whole
to
segment
do
watching you guys
stuff.
play it? Again, that wing
Best
emote
Ragdoll
thing.
showcase in the
Are we getting Zinch? Are we getting Zinch right now?
Alright.
Alright, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, that's what I'm trying to
I'm just gonna give you the old 1-2 here, man. That's what.
do. I should have taken that one, actually. Oh no.
Read you like a book. Ah, he's in the water, and you better move. You better move.
No one get Michigan. No one get
Are you
Michigan.
still alive? Oh.
Oh my
Sorry.
god, did we win it? Did we win it?
No. Maybe. No.
No.
Yeah, I'd say you won that one.
As long as I don't.
Anyway, while I wait for them to catch up with themselves, I'm gonna check
it's not
chat.
a nice brawler showcase without them standoff.
Let's see.
It's very true.
More like, I guess.
I have way more real estate than.
Anyway,
than yeah.
but yeah,
he's very
faction
sad
lore.
over
This is
there.
how
Yeah,
Roman Empire
see?
became powerful.
That's why you study maths.
They gotta be
win the
trolling.
ice
Maybe so.
You know.
But like I said, that's the reason why I'm disappointed. It
Play
looks
the
like they're
drums
going
with
down a
the
very
drums.
stereotypical
Alright,
myth
against Alex.
about the not only the
Well.
Crusades, but about the Islamic
I
Golden
escape?
Age. It's a very sad myth that they decided to buy
Why would I
into.
escape against
And
Any character.
it's going to paint a bad precedent because I know it's going to happen. It's going to be just like the Medjai
I feel
season.
like we're all going in.
It's going to be that the Arabian
dang.
people now, the Baghdad city that they're basing this on, they're going to rise
pretty
up in
good.
revolution and they're going to go
It's all
back
up to
to
Alex.
Heathmore.
Get
They're
outta
going to get
here.
their revenge on
Oh, they did
the
kill him.
evil knight who happens to bear a lot of similarities with the King of Jerusalem
Jacob.
and
I
Christianity as a
can't
whole.
believe
So
that
yeah.
word.
He snuck it. He snuck it out.
I should have won that one. I feel bad.
I wish I could dance with you, Alex, but I can't. Some did.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Skylar. I know I predicted it because it's obvious. I knew that they were going to go this route the minute I saw what they were going to do. Like this, that's the problem with Ubisoft. Their narrative team is predictable. Anyway, someone's saying I need to lower their voices. Let me lower that real quick.
And then get beaten by so many links.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Alright.
Uninterruptible stats.
All
What
right.
are you gonna do?
Oh,
Well, I'm
Okay.
very disappointed that they would do that because they're using obvious. And you know what's even sad about this? They're doing this right at Christmas time, a Christian holiday. I don't think they did that intentionally, but boy, is that kind of sad.
Oh, I just gave him a free berry.
Oh,
Oola.
no. Ooh, nice bow.
Bowing out into Titanic. Alright, this is gonna be a tough one to win.
Those are some cool effects, but they keep making me think of Zinch. How many matches are going to be in this? We already know how this game mode works. We've had it for years. You can just say that you've brought it back.
Alright,
and move on.
alright, yeah. He's in my head.
Oh, don't lower their voice? Okay.
That's the
Where-
best
Pull it
ones.
back up a little
Where's
bit.
the... Okay, alright. Oh, that got me. Oh my god, those boxes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a few emails. I need you to be the game right now.
Let
them know. I will write them some better stories. Look, imitation is going to happen. Sometimes, you know, you're going to write a story that's similar to another or have similar themes. But in this, I'm like, it's the exact same thing. The only difference now is it's obvious that Horkos is behind it. And I really don't like the idea that the Black Priors are just all Horkos now. I really don't like that.
How do you
but
get
that,
those rings?
that's just me.
Oh my god. Wait, did Nettie just win? Let's go.
for the parry. I went for the parry.
Here, I got an idea that'll make it work. I'll
Good
keep
job,
their
Manny.
voice where it is, but I'll up my mic just a little bit. That should be
He's throwing a lot of
that
cards
should be
right
good.
now. Oh my
All right,
gosh.
that should be the end of it, right? We're done?
When did you have time?
Oh, again, oh my god. Guys, we get it. We like the game mode. It's a good game mode. We look forward to playing the game mode. We don't need to watch you play a best out of 9 or best out of whatever.
Oh my god, this ice is already tin.
Did they mention a female sultan? Isn't that like no way in any shape or form happening in Islamic
crap.
culture?
Let's get
You're right. You're right, Dan Lore. That
Oh
is
my
not
God,
something that would happen in an
Oh,
Islamic
no.
culture.
Yo.
Oh man, you're last hope. Oh, Alex is full health. We're gunning for a miracle here. We are gunning for a miracle.
In Islamic culture, a female could not be sultan.
The shot into the ring, they're both going in.
Oh, let's go! Alright, a clutch win.
That was pretty good.
Okay, alright.
Again?
It's alright.
That's it. Alright, I've identified.
I see
Oh
it.
my god. Okay.
Is it that?
Okay.
No, that I just need to spam attacks like this.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, Yorm, that was an obvious
Ah.
dodge heavy.
Oh.
How did you not see that coming?
Why did I? Oh no. Ow.
Went for it.
Oh no.
Ah,
Am I stuck?
Anyway.
I'm freaking stuck.
yeah, so
oh,
it was all part of the plan.
Oh no, it's gonna happen.
Now it's a real estate game now.
It's a real estate, but I think I lose it.
Oh yeah, pirate, you lost that one.
Alex with the
No,
critical mistakes.
Alex.
Until
Let's
they
go
get
on
to
the
something else, I'm just
dispatch.
going to
Oh.
mute this because they're just playing the game right now. Okay, so... all right, so here's my early thoughts. I don't mind the idea that they're going to an Arabic kind of setting. That's fine. In fact, I like that. Get some Arabic heroes. Get some Arabic awesomeness in there. And the way they're tying it into, like, fortune-telling and astrology, that's a good idea. That's actually a great idea because that was something that the Islamic Golden Age had in abundance. That was actually a good idea. The problem is two things. Number one, they've once again repeated the sin of the second season where they've created a hero who's the obvious antagonist to go in and butcher this culture that they know nothing about and steal from them. And now it's going to be the whole plot of the season's narrative that, oh, they're stealing. They're stealing from us. And now the new hero is going to be someone who shows up to take back what's theirs or to get revenge for what happened. And I think the bigger problem I have with this is, unlike before where it was a Viking who did it, and Vikings, yeah, they did steal stuff. Okay, fair enough. And I could kind of understand that. In this one, they've made a character who has obvious nods to King Baldwin, who is a Jerusalem king, and he was not that destructive. They made it sound like that she's this destructive. Everywhere she goes, death follows. King Baldwin was actually considered a very wise and fair ruler in most circumstances, and a very good military leader as well. So much so that even Salah ad-Din respected him. But they've also added a crown of thorns, referencing Jesus. Jesus did not bring death everywhere he went. Quite the opposite. He brought people back from the dead. So this feels like they are not only rehashing second season, but that they are... They haven't mentioned Islam yet. They haven't mentioned that the new hero or the new land is Muslim. So maybe I'm overthinking that a bit. Maybe I'm stretching it a bit. But guys, I gotta be honest. That feels a little... I can't say I gotta admit that's a little disappointing. Yeah, you're right, Skylar. That's a good point. They said that the sphere was destroyed, so why would they be using it in executions and emotes and stuff?
Some 400 IQ
You're right.
stuff
It's
oh
my god.
I know for a fact that if I ever played them, each and every one
Who's
of them
my favorite hero in the
my
lore?
ass.
Oh yeah. No, it is a firm reminder that I am spicy trash when I watch them.
Most of them don't have very good lore, but I do like.
That
I like Maiko's lore. That's a good one.
So we have that as part of the map realization, as well as a bunch of other Year 6, Season 4 galactic goodness. coming your way.
What about the Sultanate of Women, where brides and mothers of
what
sultans
have
had
you
stronger
given
influence
out
of
for
culture and
free
political power in
this
the
time,
1500s
Josh?
into the
Yeah,
1700s?
so speaking
It's
of
no
galactic
Sultan.
goodness,
Let's
we do
go
have
into
a
this.
free
Okay,
event
so
pass coming with
let me
Frost
increase the
Knights.
screen here.
That includes
All right,
battle
so
outfit,
new outfit. Actually, the outfit there
these
looks
things
good.
will be
That new
available from the
Frostwind
beginning
Knights
of
outfit looks kind of
the
good.
event, which is December
The Cosmic
15th,
Seer
all the way
outfit, that
to
looks
January 5th,
good.
and as you can
I
see
like that
here,
too.
Glad
That's a
surrounded
very
by
cool
the
look.
constellations of the sky. I'm pretty sure Cassiopeia or
That's
Pleiades
it. I
or
like
something
that.
are in here.
I'm
as
down
well.
with that. That looks good. That
Looking
looks
very
good.
spiffy on our boy Glad, and the whole
The
constellation
Regal
kind
Seer.
of like
That
vibe that we've
looks
seen through like this
fine.
and stuff. It's like in the battle pass
It
as well, so
looks
you're just getting more of that in
fine.
the free event pass.
Simba
you have
looks
your
a little
generic line
disappointed.
protector on your shoulder,
And
watching out
Rothel
for
Seer
you, making you feel very
weapons.
nice and safe
You know what?
along the battlefield.
So
and
be it.
hopefully
I'll
not in
brace
the ice,
myself for the
because
Rothel.
that's
Oh,
terrible.
It's his name is
Oh.
Iceland.
I
right?
couldn't even finish that statement after. Oh,
I like that. That was.
Oh,
oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
no, sorry.
wow.
I'm really sorry. But yeah, all of this stuff will be available in the free event pass starting January 15th, December 15th to January 5th. Sorry, I'm over here thinking
Stop
about the
showing
future.
this.
But yeah, but
Stop showing
you saw
this.
those weapons coming. We
I
have
want
a showcase
to
video
hold you
for
guys
it,
up.
So
I
we're
want to
gonna roll
defend for
that, and
honor.
then we
You
will
just
be
made it
back
very
with
hard after
myself
showing me that.
and our
That
Lord and Savior
was.
JC for the patch.
I'm
notes,
going to do my
and then
best,
Josh
though. I'm
will
going to
be
do my
back
best.
later
Let's stay
in the show,
positive,
so
guys.
I will
You know,
see you on the
negativity
flip.
is not a good thing. Let's
Oh,
be
all right,
positive.
bye.
Enjoy these weapons, everyone.
All right, let me see these weapons. Okay, show me the weapons. Show me the weapons. I'm going to try to be positive, all right? I'm thinking with my most absolute positivity right now. Here we go. Warden. Yeah, no one's pretty bad. Peacekeepers. Okay, Peacekeepers. Longsword looks good. The sword looks good. Centurion is it's okay. That one's okay. It's fine. Okay, the Gladiator's Trident actually looks good. That's a good look for the Trident. Yep, I like that one. I like that one, fine. Black Priors is kind of bad. I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all. Warmongers is okay. It's fine. Griffin, I like the shape of the blade. It's fine. Okay, Lawbringers is bad. I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all. Conquerors. Yeah, the shield looks fine. The shield looks fine, and I also like the mace ball. That looks big. That looks strong enough to make an impact. So yeah, that one's okay. That one's okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, Raider, that's so bad. That's a bad one. Raider got a really bad one. I'm so sorry. Berserker. That's not a lot better. That's not a lot better, Berserker. I'm so sorry. Highlander. Oh man, Highlander. That one's bad. That one's bad. Shaman. Shamans is okay. Shamans is okay. Jormungandr is okay. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Valkyries is pretty okay. Warlords looks good. Warlord Shield looks good. I'll give you that one. Warlord Shield looks pretty good. Oh man, that one was hard. That one was hard. Okay. Next, Kinseis. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Orochi's? No, that one looks bad. Orochi's looks bad. That's pretty cringe. I'm not gonna lie, that one's pretty bad. Shinobi, you will never have a good one. I have yet to even imagine you having a good one. That one's bad. That one's bad. Aramusha's. It's Aramusha's. Okay. Pizza Curious is bad. Just gonna say it. I don't like it. I don't see myself ever using that. Kyoshin's. Nobushi's. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Shugoki's is okay. I like the color. I like the color of it. It looks like a nice color. Oh my god. Okay. Tiandi's. It looks passable. I'd give that a passing grade. Shaolin looks good. Shaolin's okay. I always like the circling dragon thing. That one's okay. Nusha. Oh, I like the hand guard. I like the blade guard on Nusha. That one's okay. Zhongxun's is. It's fine. It's fine. Zanhu's is. It's fine. Zanhu's is fine. Okay. And pirates. I don't like it. I don't like it that much. Doesn't look good. Medjai, what you got for us, brother? Oh, man. Nope, that one doesn't look good. That's pretty bad. Alright, I know that the limited time event mode weapon skins aren't usually very good. They usually don't give their A effort. But this one wasn't that good. None of them really jumped out where I said, oh wow, that one looks great. And all of them were kind of like, Sorry, that one's pretty bad. What do y'all think in chat? I want to hear your thoughts in chat. Yeah. Dude, why so much hate? What's wrong with these? None of them look that good. Can you compare them to the ones they're releasing for the Battle Pass and say they look good in comparison? Anyway.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined now by
JC, you're back. Are you going to pull that fake hand bullshit again? Do not do that.
Pretty good.
With
What
me.
about you?
You made me so sad last stream. You made me so sad.
I'm about to eat all the holiday goodness. So yeah, we've got a we got a lot going on. We got a lot of patchy notes to talk about.
Quite a few.
All right, balancing updates and hero improvements.
Let's
Yay!
start off with hero improvements. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that makes sense for me.
All right, Lawbringer changes. Front dodge shove is now 500 down from 700.
Right?
Okay,
so,
side dodge shove is 533 down from 700. Good. So his shove is actually going to get a bit faster. Recovery for front and side dodge shoves are now 700 milliseconds up from 400. Okay, so he's going to be faster, but he's going to be more exposed as a result. You know what? Fair trade. I'll give you that.
And we've also updated the recovery for them.
But Lawbringer needed that. He needed a faster shove. Because the problem is his shoves are so easily reactable.
Functional as openers or dodge attacks. So by doing this, we're really hoping to get Lawbringer a bit more opening ability, but to compensate. So the idea we had before is that they were safe when they were dodged or whatever. They were like really, really difficult to punish, but they were really easy to avoid. So now we're trying to do the opposite, like we do with every other hero, which is they're harder to avoid, but they're easier to punish. So that's what we're going with Lawbringer for this.
I think that's a welcome change. I know that's something I've seen players ask for a lot.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah. So it should really help Lawbringer there.
Nusha. Echo Strike is now unblockable and now deals 20 damage. Oh, yeah!
If you don't really know Nusha that much,
yes!
I'm sure
Crescent Jab and Crescent Step are now enhanced.
Echo Strike is a deflect attack, right?
Crescent Jab can be performed from 100 milliseconds to 400 milliseconds during a front dodge. Was 300 static.
If you don't
change
your stats.
Updated weapon trajectories for all side heavy attacks
so
to better match their weapon visuals.
It's a really good quality of life change for Nusha. And it also deals 20 damage. It used to deal like a really, really high amount of damage because you had to kind of like do some shenanigans to make it work. With this, at least, it'll always land on 20 damage. Is in line with what we have with a lot of deflect attacks. So it should work quite well. It's way better. So we should get there quite well. We've also increased. We also made the Crescent Jab and Crescent Step, which are front dodge and side dodge lights. They're both enhanced. Again, like we want to give Nusha a little bit an easier time to get into her chains, get into opponents. If something is blocked from external front dodge into light or whatever, then you have a bit more chance of getting into somebody's face and be able to defeat them. And we've also adjusted the time at which Crescent Jab, which is the front version, can be performed during the front dodge, right? So it used to be at 300 ms static. Now it's 100 to 400, so you can do it earlier, you can delay it a little bit more. Gives you more versatility there. That works really, really well. And on top of that, we've also updated all of her weapon trajectories for side heavy attacks to match her weapon visuals a little bit better. And to be fair, they're also a little bit bigger than her weapons to give her better anti-gank. One of the problems that Nusha has on top of being a reflex guard hero is that it's kind of hard to defend yourself when you get a bunch of people jumping onto you. So now you should be able to do her side heavies and get some people off of you at least a little bit more. So that should help there also a little bit and get her like a little bit higher up. Like she's not going to be like, the end all be all character, but at least those are really, really nice quality of life changes there.
Good.
Yeah, I'm
Guys,
so pumped because I've seen
my prayers have been answered. One of my For Honor wish lists has been granted. Nusha got some help.
So
it's not
so
everything I always wanted for her, but it is something.
I'm super happy about it. Yes,
I'm so happy.
All right,
Peacekeeper. Sidestep Strike now has 400 milliseconds to recovery on miss. Was 700
we focused a bit
okay.
on making her
Sidestep Strike
dodge
now has
attacks.
500 milliseconds to recovery on hit. Non-interrupted block was 700. Okay.
So Sidestep Strike, which is a side dodge heavy, used to
now
have like 700 ms of recovery on miss.
Okay.
A lot of people were able to kind of
now has
side dodge into guard break
on hit. Okay.
on reaction, which was kind of bad. So we've really lowered the recovery of that attack by quite a bit on miss and on block, or not in terms of block and on hit, to make sure that the move is a lot safer to use in a lot of situations.
These sound fine. I don't see a problem with
which
these.
is a deflect attack. Now there's a medium hit reaction instead of a light, so you get better from advantage afterwards. If you do nothing, you're from advantage. If you want to go into chains or whatever, you get better mix up afterwards. And it also has a lower recovery on hits, now 400 MS. So it used to be longer. Again, here we're trying to give Peacekeepers attacks, like a lot of your dodge stuff and the deflect stuff, to be a bit safer, be more usable, and have a bit more utility in different situations.
PK mains rejoice.
Oh yeah.
Raider nerfs. Raider's getting a nerf.
Raider is a
Stamina pool is now 120. Chain top heavy now deals 28 damage, down from 30. Chain side heavy now deals 26, down from 27. Top heavy finisher now deals 30. Side heavy finisher now deals 28. Zone attack in chains now deals 28 from 32. Oh, I feel the hold on. The Raider fans. I'm gonna.
It used to be at 130.
Let me have a look at this. Raider fans, you out there?
A lot of soft feints Raider has.
Raider fans, you out there?
It feels like he never runs out of stamina. So at 120,
where are my Raiders? Are y'all about to lose your collective shit?
It's not like he still is really stamina efficient, but it's not. I have infinite stamina now, so that should make it a bit different.
Yeah, boy.
A lot of his attacks for their damage down a little bit, right? So chain top heavy now deals 28.
Yep, good. Yes, everyone seems happy with it.
Mostly because
I thought that there might be some who go, no,
and the one attacking chains also deals 28. So the idea here is that we want to cap damage for those finishers at 30, like we've been doing quite often.
Guys, no, I mean this. Raider needed a nerf to his damage. He was doing so much damage without any kind of cost, so I'm so happy for that. I had to see what people were saying.
Hitting a bunch of different people.
All right, back
to a lot of stuff. That should really help quite a bit in the situation there and be less frustrated.
This is a good check. This is a good check. I applaud this one.
Yeah, just
so we've given Nusha the help she needs. Raider's been given the nerfs he needs. Lawbringer's been given a little bit of help. I don't think Peacekeeper needed her changes that much. She was pretty fine as she was, but I'm not going to complain about those yet.
How do we make the hero less frustrating to fight against without annihilating him, right? So that's kind of like the big deal here.
Yeah,
Pirate nerfs.
4 Raider.
Walk the Plank now deals 24 damage, down from 27. Walk the Plank now feeds 300 revenge, up from 27.
One last round for now, at least, of Pirate
Cavalier Dance now deals 12 damage, down from 14. Chain Link timings from all attacks that lead to Pistol Blast on this are now 300, up from 200.
5 damage shot afterwards.
Okay, I know that we wanted Pirate to get nerfs, but I feel like she's gotten really weak now. I very rarely see Pirates in games anymore.
But at the same time,
I feel like she's almost too weak. I feel like, guys, I get it. She was strong on release, way too strong on release, but I feel like we've kind of...
it dealt 30 damage, but it deals
is it wrong to say that
revenge only?
I know she's a girl, but is it wrong to say we've kind of castrated her?
With pirates,
what's a female equivalent?
Are a little bit less effective, so that's one big way to have that, to crank it up a little bit, just enough that, okay, well, it still works, they're still good, but it's going to be much more difficult to do repeated ganks, repeated walk the planks back and back and back.
Oh, well, that's just me. What do you guys think?
Let me check. Go from 100 to 0 really efficient. We've also lowered the
I agree, Katnika. This is a bit much.
Front dodge heavy. It used to deal 14.
I don't know.
Again, a lot of these things are we're tweaking the damage here to make sure that Pirate.
I mean, last season I thought she was okay.
Different choices, different options.
I feel like people are still just bitching, and guys, they're not bitching now because she's too strong. They're still bitching that she's an Asian chick, and I'm like, why?
Have her have a lot of different options at any point in her kit. That's why there's a dodge cancels. You can dodge into side heavies, front heavies. You can
delete
walk the plank.
No, I like
a lot of different things.
Stop it. I like Pirate.
Because those options were quite strong,
Reddit cried for this
we're
nerf.
Dealing a bit too much damage. It kind of made the choice less impactful, right? So now, if you want to go into a front dodge heavy and then get the armor, get the extra damage, get the flow going, well, you're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit more damage. If you're going to walk the plank, it deals more damage. It deals much more damage than going Cavalier Dance, but there's those trade-offs here that we really want to focus and have.
So your goal is to make it so that Pirate has to do more trades. Like if she wants to do more damage, she has to be more exposed. If she wants to be more fast and get light damage, that means that she's going to be faster, but that's less damage. I get that, but
which is
I think she already had that.
Every single attack that leads to pistol blast on miss, right? So only when you miss with your attack, the chaining timings are 300 MS up from 200, and that is because we had an issue that if your attack trajectory would hit an opponent after your mistiming on somebody, or even after you hit your main target, or if something happened and you hit an off target afterwards, you could target swap to them and then do a pistol blast, and that pistol blast would be guaranteed because the chaining timing was very, really short. I've seen a lot of people talk about this on Reddit. We've had discussions with pro players there. So with that being at 300 instead of 200, should really eliminate those situations and make sure that character is a lot more fair to fight against and get into like that better feeling of fighting a pirate.
I'll let it slide. I still think it's a bit much,
against,
but
so hopefully
I'll let it
these changes
slide.
will really help in getting that level down a little bit and make the character still feel good, but not feel as bad to play against sometimes.
But JC, I was so enjoying glitch swapping, shooting everyone in the face.
Right?
Why would you take this away from me?
Because we hate you, Ryan. It's because of that. I'm joking, Ryan. I love you.
To stop.
Other improvements.
All right, so
Warlord.
other
Uninterruptible stands for heavy finishers now starts at 100 milliseconds down from 300.
Uninterruptible stance, that's armor for people who don't know yet.
Very difficult to deal with. Centurion, all moves that could chain to jab on hit or block now also chain to jab on miss. Wait, so that means that even if he misses, he can still throw a punch? What? What? I like that. Gladiator. Foreseen Ictus now unbalance opponents who are out of stamina. Wait, so yes, Gladiator can now unbalance opponents that are out of stamina with his foot stab. They've brought that back. I don't know how I feel about that. A part of me is like, yes! Another part of me is, no! Because you just brought back a very annoying factor about the Gladiator. Kyoshin. Tengu Kaze now costs 12 stamina down from 20. Why are you helping Kyoshin? Stop helping this guy. Zanhu, heavy finishers now deal 28 damage down from 32.
To get that to work, we had to do some changes.
Whatever. Shinobi, dodge kicks now
pinned
for
because it's a little
800
bit more
milliseconds
complicated,
down
but
from
basically the
1100
maximum
milliseconds.
charge time for jab is now
Shadow
1,000
Strike now
MS,
deals
up
14
from
damage
800.
down from 18.
This might seem like a nerf, but in actuality, if we wanted it to really correctly track opponents that are early dodging, we needed to have that timing there. So you're going to charge for a little bit longer, but to compensate on top of this, the minimum charge is now 300 instead of 4, which means that in a lot of situations,
see what the chat's saying.
People are going to have to dodge jab a little bit more on read than on reaction because you can have a little bit less time to react to it. And then them dodging earlier means that the full charge they're going to have is going to be a lot more likely to hit them. So I know there was a lot of discussion about this, that we had fixed it. We had done a lot of changes to help it, but it was still situations where it wasn't working properly. So with this, it should be working properly.
Yeah, I agree. Kyoshin don't need no buffs. Kyoshin does not need that.
And those really weird edge cases that happen a bit more often.
Delete button, charge.
Raven, please hold me. I'm scared. I'm scared too.
Next up, Gladiator. I know a lot of people have
Kyoshin is in a good spot. Get good.
Brought it back.
There is a difference between getting good and getting godly. I can't get godly.
The fact that it unbalances opponents that are out of stamina, and
Gladiator
we brought back
did not
the
need that back. Probably not.
Hit them in the toes, punch them in the face.
So good.
Yeah, I know people were really sad when we removed it, and we kind of had
Raven,
to
imagine if we got a faction ornament so knights would have hoods, Vikings,
otherwise it
something
creates
similar
situations
with
where
fur,
Gladiator was
samurai
way
with robes.
too strong.
That'd be
Somebody with a lot of stamina, you can do I don't remember how much, but an incredibly high amount of damage. But now that we've
exactly. Why help the light spammer? Why help the one who can light spam so easily?
It means that whenever you land a Fushina Ictus and you
Tengu Kaze is their all guard stance. That spinning sword animation they do. They're now saying that it costs 8 less stamina to go into.
Over and over and over and over again. So that should be quite a difference here. It should be really interesting.
So this is fine. This is great. This is questionable. That's terrible. That's okay. That's okay. So that's how I feel about those.
We wanted to make sure that Kyoshin had a bit more options that were more stamina effective, stamina efficient rather, to be able to open up opponents. So that's a big change here. 8 stamina doesn't seem like much, but it's actually a big deal in a lot of situations.
Oh yeah.
So good. Yeah. Zanhu. So a bit of a nerf to the character's heavy finisher's damage. They now deal 28 instead of 32. So, first of all, 32 was too high, regardless, right? And then we picked 28, and we went down to that level because Zanhu has a feat called Winner's Advantage. And we don't want to nerf Winner's Advantage and remove a lot of effectiveness from it, but it causes your next attack to deal a lot of damage, which meant that Zanhu, after pretty much every single hit, could deal something close to 38 damage. So, by reducing the damage of his heavy finisher's baseline, we also lowered the damage that Winner's Advantage ends up giving for Zanhu. It still goes above 30, but it doesn't go massively above 30. and it doesn't go to like 38 or something, which was like completely crazy. So that's a little bit lower, should help out a lot in those situations. And last but not least, for Shinobi, the dodge kicks now pin for 800 MS instead of 1100. That should help. That should help a lot of gank situations. Because Shinobi was able to use the dodge kicks, pin opponents with them, get their opponents to be like in that pin reaction for a long period of time, get a guaranteed heavy from an ally. You barely had to time it. It was pretty easy to do. With this, you need to be able to throw that heavy quicker, earlier, a bit more on read almost. So it's a lot harder it should be harder to set up these ganks.
I can understand the choice for Shinobi if it's on who. I get those. It's
so it shouldn't
Kyoshin I'm
impact
having
the
trouble
hero in
wrapping my
1v1
mind
situations,
around.
but in gank situations, it should make a big difference. And on top of that, Shadow Strike, which is the light attack that's guaranteed after a parry, now deals 14 damage instead of 18. And we made that change because that attack leads to a really potent mix-up for Shinobi. And so it gave Shinobi a bit too much damage, a bit too much pressure whenever he was landing like even a heavy parry, right? So it dealt too much damage baseline, and then on top of that was giving a really good mix-up. So we lowered it down to a more normal level of damage for a light parry punish, for a heavy parry punish rather, and you get like more standard damage here.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to not basically be like just a ham slapping samurai nail gun anymore. Just like it was out of control.
Yeah, that needed to change there. So that was pretty.
Other improvements.
Okay. So we have other improvements, right?
What?
So this is a big one. Yeah, we have the FOV slider, which is now available on console. So that's really, really good.
What?
Improvement. So we're gonna show you like two different screens, what it looks like. This is the default field of view, right? So this is what it looks like when you're normally playing on console, and you can't change it. On PC you can, but on console you absolutely cannot. You could not change it, but we've made it so it can be changed. So we could go to the next slide and see this is what it's at its largest setting. So you see that the difference is the camera's a bit more pulled back. You see wider.
That's cool.
You see more of your characters like legs and stuff. So it really helps in a lot of situations. Shouldn't really have any impact on frame rate or whatever. So that's pretty good. And it really helps you play in a lot of situations to see like a lot wider. So that's really, really good in my opinion. There.
Hats off to the team for like
that's great.
just the
I'm glad for that. No, that's a decent change. I like that.
The lifetime of the game.
I'd like to adjust my field of vision. So that's a good change. I'm okay with that. That's cool. Console
like,
players rejoice.
Yeah, we're good.
Rejoice, console players. We get live vision.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing we're doing in this patch.
Okay. Executions no longer force the hero to hit out of block state when they end.
So if you knew, or maybe you didn't know, so I'll explain it to you. Right? Is that some executions, not all of them, mostly the newer ones we've been doing. Some of them from the early heroes didn't really have that issue, but a lot of executions would force you to go out of lock when the end. Either if you got hit, or at the end of the execution, they'd force you to go out of lock. Created a lot of situations where opponents could come in and get multiple hits on you because you were out of luck, and you get different hit reaction when you're out of luck, and then it was hard to get to get by that. So we've removed that completely. So no execution should ever force you to go out of luck when the end. That was a big undertaking. We had to go into every single execution that we have in the game. We had Ben, who some of you probably know, go into all of them and like do a lot of changes there. So like kudos to him. It was a lot of work there. And a lot of work on the tech team as well to make sure that we had like tools to really test that out. And the other thing is that some executions also forced a specific stance when they ended. So it would force you to go like top, left, or right, and it would really force it. That's also been removed, so you always stay in the stance you were in if you keep locked in when you perform an execution. So again, that's a lot of like quality of life improvements there.
Okay,
but it's very
that's fair. I mean, I don't see a problem with
your
that.
Executions
are
actually safer, and you don't get really heavily punished for performing an execution.
Yeah, you can use them all.
Valkyrie and Tiandi reworks. The Valkyrie and Tiandi reworks
are
now live!
I'm super happy to say that the Valkyrie and Tiandi reworks are now live. So super, super, super cool. We're really happy. The testing rounds went well. We got a lot of feedback on both heroes. So we're super hyped. So Valkyrie stayed relatively the same. Like most of the things are unchanged. We know that the hero, like a lot of the feedback we've gotten for Valkyrie was that the hero
Valkyrie staying the same, I think.
A little bit odd to play, but then a lot of people also mentioned that once you do get into the groove and you get to understand the character, she works way, way, way better. And it's actually interesting. It's a new mix-up that we've put in. So we've decided to keep her mostly as is. There's some improvements you can see in the patch notes. You'll see like the changes that we've made from the current, like from the previous live Valkyrie to the new live Valkyrie. We're not going to go into details because it's too much stuff there. It's going to take like we all have other things to do. I'd love to be here for 6 hours, but I think people would kill me.
I know you'd love to be here for 6 hours.
That's
Get
it
yourself
for
a
Valkyrie,
lunch,
but
sit
for
down,
Tiandi, I have a
enjoy
couple
it.
of notes so we can go. So for Tiandi, the hero also, the rework went really well, right? People really liked it. There was a lot of stuff there that was appreciated, a lot of quality of life, a lot of good stuff, but there was also some more negative feedback that we've addressed. So first off, we've reverted the dragon dodge changes. So that means that in the testing grounds, we had tried to speed up the side dodge heavies a little bit so that they could be more effectively used as dodge attacks and not necessarily as repositioning tools. But as it turns out, a lot of players actually gave us feedback that felt bad. The soft feints from it were hard to do, and players were mostly using it to reposition, and they really missed that functionality. So we heard you, we listened. It's back to how it was.
Okay,
so,
good.
Great job there. I think that's
good.
I
like that.
Like, this is why we do testing grounds, right? Sometimes there's feedbacks about things that people don't like, and we're like, well, okay, it's reasonable, so we're gonna put it back. What this means is for Tiandi, if you want to be able to do like more reliable side dodge attacks, you have to do tiger dodges, but you have to delay them a little bit, which was still possible beforehand. So if you were doing it before, you can still do it now.
How are y'all feeling in chat?
It won't be a problem. We've also reverted the dragon kick soft feint to dodge removal, right? So by that I mean right now on the live Tiandi, if you do a dragon kick, you can soft feint.
So yeah, it seems like a lot of people are glad with this one. That's good. That's good. I'm glad too. I'm very glad. Tiandi needed some of the changes that were coming in the testing ground, but some of them I was like, no, she's a little, she and he, whatever, are a little too strong.
A lot of players were like, well, no, actually, we really like to have that soft feint, so we kept it. To be fair, dragon dodge can still be hard feinted. And it might be better in some cases to hard feint because then you can get parries off of people that dodge attacking. So that might even be better. But if you want to soft feint to a dodge and go into tiger dodge or into whatever you like to do, you totally can now. So again, that was reverted. You can get into what you wanted to do. So that's good.
Have all the options.
Right, yeah. And then finally, we had changed the delay timing to top dragon dodge. So you could do it only a little bit later into the dodge. And that was because we didn't want to get into situations where you would do dragon kick into top dragon dodge and then repeat over and over and over again and get that kind of vortex feeling. We really wanted to encourage players to use the new follow-up we've done for a dragon kick. But at the end of the day, this had a really big negative impact on the safety of some attacks. People like to do like a palm strike into a top heavy before the rework that had armor. And so with this, you can actually do palm front dodge, dragon dodge, and get armor back earlier to be able to trade with different things, right? So that was like, it was...
That's fair. I don't see any problems with these changes. I'm glad that Valkyrie is going to be staying the same as she was in testing grounds because that felt really good. Valkyrie felt good in testing grounds. Tiandi felt good, just a little too strong, so I'm glad that they're backtracking a few of their decisions. So that's... all of these, I feel like, are fine.
I would say go look at the patch notes, look at what we've done.
I'm glad that they made the changes they did, but now I want to see what's coming in the new testing grounds.
We really have a good feeling on Tiandi and Valkyrie both. I think they're a lot more viable. They're a lot more fun to play. They're super interesting characters. So we're again,
they both feel a lot better.
Yeah, Valkyrie and Tiandi feel much
amazing,
better.
Right? And so
not that Tiandi was bad. I have a feeling Tiandi was actually really good. One of the strongest of the Wu Lin.
And I want to thank the community. Like a lot of players gave us a lot of good feedback on this. Exactly the kind of feedback we like to see. And even in the case of Valkyrie, when it's I'm not sure, I prefer the old Valkyrie or whatever, but then that's why those testing rounds run for a week, and then people can give like more feedback and go, well, actually, it feels different, but in a good way and not in a bad way. So we really pushed for this, and I think we have the best iteration of Valkyrie we've ever had. So I'm super hyped about that.
For sure.
Yeah, and it just underscores like the importance of
I
testing
agree.
grounds.
Y'all did great.
The feedback that we get from that.
Now move on to testing
being
grounds.
Like really honestly specific with their feedback because. General feedback of like, I don't like it is fine, but it really helps us when you're like, oh well, I really liked XYZ, but
and that's why you need
ABC,
testing grounds. You know,
I
you
didn't
need
like.
those moments where people can be
Then we
specific,
can really,
and you need people like
hone
Marco
in
Yolo or
and fine-tune,
Freeze,
and that's
or
where we see stuff like reverting
these kind of people who
Tiandi,
understand the
Dragon Kick
details
stuff.
and the
Or Dragon
mechanics of the
Dodge
game
stuff.
to the point where they can
so that's
say
great.
specifically,
I'm really
here's
happy.
what
So,
feels
keep it
wrong,
up. We
here's
have
what doesn't feel
more
good about
TG
this
stuff
character,
coming
here's
here in
what
the
feels
show.
great about this
So,
character.
Again, I can't wait to get people's opinions and feedback on that as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time with me, JC, to go through all of those changes. There's so many. I'm glad that the Lawbringer mains have something to be happy for.
Nusha mains as well.
Yes,
we didn't forget about Nusha.
Did you mention me there?
Yeah.
I said a thing.
I'm going to bounce out. Josh is going to jump in here, and then you guys are going to talk testing grounds. So
testing grounds!
I'll be back later, though.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Peace.
Have a good one.
All right. And you guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I won't go anywhere because I'm excited for testing grounds. Let's see how everyone's feeling right now. How's everyone feeling right now? Valkyrie definitely needed a change. Agreed. Long arm buff win. Agreed. It's Jormungandr.
Warriors, welcome back to a very, very fun.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Episode of the testing
I think
grounds.
heroes should come with personal
We have the
voice
man,
lines,
the
like
myth,
their
the
own voice,
legend,
their own
JC
sayings,
here in the
etc.
building
Oh,
to
wait,
talk
I forgot.
about
This means
this
spending
awesome
money.
TG.
My
JC,
bad,
welcome
dude.
to the show. How you doing?
Yeah,
Doing good,
yeah.
yourself?
Well, to be fair, it
I'm
wasn't
doing
just
very
Ubi.
well. As I
Remember
said,
back
this
when
is
they
gonna
tried
be
to
a
add
fun- it's gonna be a
unique
fun little
voice
segment
lines to each
because
character, and the community
Testing
laughed
grounds
back
is
at them.
something that
So
people have
I'll be
wanted for a
fair.
while. So the testing grounds will be going live on December 22nd, running all the way through December 29th. And JC,
All right, here we go.
are finally having a TG for the Jormungandr. So walk us through it. What do we you got?
Yeah, so it's a nice little Christmas present for everybody, so that's gonna be kind of cool. So for Jormungandr, just to give like a high level, kind of like what we were going for, we wanted to keep the hero being a bully, not necessarily a stamina.
So
bully,
wait, it's
but a
just
bully,
Jormungandr's
right?
testing ground.
It's
They're not
this
adding
big
new shit.
hero with
Okay,
a big
fine.
hammer.
All
With
right,
big
I'm
hits.
happy with what they did with Nusha.
And we've
anyway,
already
so.
done a little bit of adjustments to the hero like beforehand. That was kind of to prepare us to get into this testing grounds as well. So it's gonna be really interesting. But the focus of the hero is still to be disruptive, but not in a way that's just unfun to play with. The stamina changes. A lot of what we've been doing with stamina regeneration and getting it back when you get back up and all that sort of stuff, it kind of all led to this. Part of why we did all these things is for Jorm and to make sure that we were all good with this. So we're gonna have a little bit of a video that we usually do, where I'm going to be explaining the changes with Noel, who's our gracious designer that's working with us on this hero, and then that's it.
Yeah, and then we'll come back here, kind of give our final thoughts, and yeah.
All right, let's hear it, guys. Let's see what they have to say about Jormungandr.
We give you the new bully Jormungandr. Enjoy.
All right, well, hello and welcome to the Jormungandr revamp video. So I'm gonna run you through what the changes are to the hero, where we're going with this, brand new moves, all sort of cool stuff. So to get started, I want to make sure that it's like I address the fact that we're really trying to move away from stamina bully as an identity, especially for Jormungandr. So what we've been doing with this hero is that we've really looked into how can we make the hero interesting and still have a gimmick, something that lets the hero be unique, have something that's really different and very almost specific to the hero. Okay. And so for this, we settled onto making a hero that's still a bully, right? Still a big hammer, still big hits, but it's more of a bully that moves opponents around on a battlefield rather than control their stamina and try to gain the upper hand in terms of stamina.
So she's a repositioner now.
So the first thing that's important to note is that none of Jormungandr's moves drain stamina, pause stamina, or unbalanced out of stamina opponents specifically, right? So there's still, as we'll see, there's a move that unbalances opponents, but it always unbalances opponents. It doesn't matter if they're out of stamina anymore. But like the heavy finishers no longer do it. So a lot of none of his bashes do it either. So we'll have to see where that goes, but it's not. We wanted to move away from this aspect of the hero. Hammer Slam is still in. Don't worry. So let's get started, right? So to start, we have Jotun Farewell. So we've changed the move. It's a brand new animation, which is this now. So whoa,
what?
As you noticed, this attack always unbalances. So you can always do Jotun Farewell into Hammer Slam. Works quite well.
What?
It is 800 MS. And it is also feintable.
What?
Right? So you can feint to guard break, feint to parry, feint to whatever you like to do. But it's quite strong. It always gives a Hammer Slam. So that's very, very useful. You can
The Hammer Slam God has returned!
Your lights, after heavies. And we can go anything that initiates chains, you can go into a Jotun Farewell afterwards. We've also did a change to Jormungandr's heavy finishers. So, as before, this looks like to be exactly the same, right? The big difference is on top. So, top did not use to move opponents back, where sides would. So now all 3 sides do it. All 3 sides can lead to a wall splat to gain additional damage. So we really wanted to get into situations where Jormungandr can move people around the battlefield. You can pick them to go towards their allies, to go to do wall splat, to walls, to whatever you'd like. But really, it's bullying them around and moving them around the battlefield quite a bit there. And keeping the spirit of this, we've also added another new move, which is called Venomous Sting. So this is that when you press heavy after landing a guard break, right? So I can do it from here. So as you can see, it's similar to the heavy finishers, where when you land those attacks, they always displace move them around. You can wall splat them, get them into a wall, get big damage.
That actually works. I like that.
To heavy opener, so 24. On top is always guaranteed. You can get somebody into a wall, hit them again, big damage there. Super interesting things. So again, we really wanted to go towards making sure that the hero was able to move opponents around quite a bit, and we want to be able to like chain as well. So you can go into this, and it goes into your heavy your light and heavy openers, or into zone attack. They're not guaranteed, but they still help you add more pressure with the hero. So that gives you a bit of more pressure, a bit more interesting things. The next step we have is another new move, which is a zone attack in chains. The move name is Ouroboros Smite, and so you can press zone attack after any move except itself, Hammer Slam, and Venomous Sting. So you can do Venomous Sting. You're going to go into, because you go back to neutral, you don't really go into your chain, so you can't do the move. But after any single attack in chains, you can go into that move. It's 800 MS. It has uninterruptible stance at 100 MS, so it's very, very difficult to peel. Big trajectory all around Jormungandr. Does like pretty respectable damage. And what's interesting too is that you can go into situations where you can go heavy finisher into Ouroboros Smite, into heavy finisher, to Ouroboros Smite. Keep that going, right? So in team fights, you can see this is going to be quite strong. You can hit people around you with an alternating mix of unblockable and armored, and unblockable and armored, and keep the flow going. A lot of what we've been doing with Jormungandr is really work on the hero's flow as well. And this is a big part, right? It kind of acts as a chain reset. It initiates chains. So you can also do, if you'd like, go into this, right? You can do a Jotun Farewell, into Hammer Slam, do all those things.
I like that.
Again, the flow is a lot more open when you.
I like that. That's good.
Even though it comes from a single stance, because it's feintable, right? So we can feint it. It's still a little bit riskier to parry. You can't really interrupt it. So it's a pretty potent tool in his arsenal, and should help in a lot of anti-gank situations. It's quite good. The next up we're going to look at is the light openers. So Jormungandr's light openers had a bit of an issue, especially at high level, where they used to be pokes. And so because of that, they were a bit easier to read, especially at high level. We have some players that are really good at reacting to attacks and reading animations, even after the CCU. And because they were so distinct from the side heavy openers, or from even the top heavy openers, it made them kind of easier to react to and see, oh yeah, okay, I see the poke, I see the wind up, I can parry them on reaction. Even make them a little bit easier to block. So we've actually went back to mocap and reshot these attacks. So now there's swings, right? So
whoa, there's some fast lights.
Pokes. That should help them, make them a little bit less distinguishable from the heavy openers.
Well,
so it
do you
gives
still
you a
have the
little
dodge
bit
light?
more strength into that, where it's a little bit better. It's a little bit like it's harder to react to. So in that way, we really wanted to make Jormungandr like less reactable overall. The next change I want to discuss is the light finishers. So they used to be undodgeable. We've removed the undodgeable property here. Mainly because Jotun Farewell and a lot of the other tools that Jorm has in his toolkit right now, they're able to be feinted. You can do a lot more with them. So
okay, so Jorm's secondary
overkill, and it's
light is no longer undodgeable.
Like
That's good. I like that. I didn't like that they had that.
And on top of this, it was really difficult to work with at lower level, right? When you're at low level, the undodgeables there might as well be unblockable. They're super hard to react to. They're hard to block. They're still enhanced, right? So Jorm still keeps to get that pressure going. So removing the undodgeable here should help make the hero a little bit less frustrating to fight against, especially at lower level. Another thing we've changed is Jorm's neutral bash, right? So Jormungandr used to have this bash where you could walk backwards and press guard break and would grab the opponent and hit them into the gut with their hammer. At 600 MS, it wasn't that good of a move. It's super reactable at high level, not very good even at low level, like people are able to dodge it. It just did stamina damage, not super interesting. So what we've done instead is we've moved the old Jotun Farewell animation on a front dodge guard break like this, right? So you can do it at 300 MS instead of front dodge, similar to a lot of other what we've been doing with other melees like that, a lot of bashes. But the important part here is that with this move, it also chains to your openers, and you see right now that light was guaranteed. You can also go into zone.
So
if
it's a
like.
bash that doesn't drain their stamina, but it guarantees
the idea here
a
is that
light.
we want to give Jormungandr a better opener, a better way to open up opponents and keep the
I
pressure
like that.
going,
That's a
get
good
into that
change.
flow, get into the zone and get that stuff going. So that works quite well. Again, you can go to heavies if you like to. They're armored, right? So there's a lot of good stuff that can happen here in group fights. So that's one thing also to look out for. Next we have front dodge heavy. So it's 800 MS down from I think it was like 1,000. It was quite slow. So we've really sped it up, and on top of this, we've adjusted the uninterruptible stance timing to be at 400 MS. So right after the feint window. So with this, you can it creates a bit of a mix-up with the front dodge bash, right? So you can go.
Okay. So it's kind of like a what are they going to do?
Guard
kind
break,
of
feint to parry if people are like reacting to your dodge, trying to dodge your punch and stuff. So really, the idea here is get into the zone, give him more mix-up, and give the hero better ways to open up from neutral. And then we also have a quick thing about Jotun Gift and Jotun Grudge. So Jotun Gift is light after a guard break, and Jotun Grudge is a guard break after parry. We're not going to go into it right now because I'm alone recording this. I don't. Unfortunately, we've been having some tech issues. I have to record this alone, but still. And so the idea here is that they now deal direct damage instead of dealing. I can do it again if you like. Instead of dealing stamina damage, right? As I said, we've removed all the stamina damage and we replaced it with direct damage in this case. The idea here is that, first of all, we want it to be useful, right? That stamina damage was useful in creating some sort of I'm going to unbalance you type of situations because we're moving away from that a little bit. But at the same time, what is interesting is that it gives you more options, right?
Right.
Because depending on the situation, depending on if there's walls nearby, depending on what's going on
How do y'all
around
feel in
you,
chat about this?
if your opponent's out of stamina, it might be better to do light into
How do y'all feel about this?
slam. Or if there's a wall, it might be better to do Venomous Sting into a wall, into a top heavy to deal more damage. So one of the things we're really trying to go towards in
this is
revamp,
good.
and
Yeah,
a lot of
I feel
what
like
we've
this is
been doing
good.
Is emphasize and have a lot of focus on choice. One player
Scott,
have
I'm just waiting for when
different
JC
options
starts
at
eating
different
shit, yeah.
times. Sometimes
Gallagher
there's
says
things
no
that are
opinion.
optimal.
I think it's
whatever
great.
situation,
If you
but
want
the
my
idea here
opinion.
is that we really, really want to have these things be open up. You can make your choice. You have options. You can decide on your own.
Yeah, so far people, I'm pretty good with this. I'll release a poll sometime later and ask what people think about this.
What would you prefer to do? Sometimes it's better not to do
Raven, this is going to get abused and hell. I don't think so. Here's the thing. The reason I like this so much is I don't think you can abuse this quite as much. It's no different than the other like 50-50 in the game. The Hammer Slam is still there. They still have that capability, but mostly what they're doing now is moving opponents around the map, and that's just going to be good for setting up situations. It's not necessarily going to bully stamina as bad.
And people were
that was the problem with fighting Jorm. The problem with fighting Jorm in the past was that, you know, she could just punish your stamina no matter what you try to do, whether you try to light, heavy, any of that. Now she's made it so you can't do that.
Run,
like,
sprint attack.
whoa!
This is the big attack
that's good. I like that. I like that.
Where he jumps forward and hits people on the way down. So again, another move we've mocapped. Sometimes we go there. We're not 100% sure we're going to be using.
I like that. I like her new dashing attack animation. That's good. That is very good.
Doesn't really change anything in Jorm's game plan, but just again, we wanted to go back to how do we make the hero more enticing, look cooler, have better moves, have better flow. So that's about it for me. So thank you. We hope you love this rework. Please leave feedback everywhere you usually do. Big thanks to Noel, who's our game designer, was in charge of this hero. Did a magnificent job. So kudos to him. And we're back on with the show. Thank you.
What a bully indeed. I am so excited
I like
for the
it.
new
I like
Jormungandr.
it.
I'm super excited
That's
for
good.
everyone to
I think
get
that's
their hands
great.
on them and
That's
go to town
guys,
with them. But Jason,
genuinely,
do you have,
this
like,
is going to be a fun
any-
testing
anything
ground.
you
I
wanna
can't wait
add
to try out
before we
Jormungandr. I
talk
can't
to
wait to try out her new style, her new
Yeah,
way of
so
fighting. I
a
think
little
it's going to
bit
be
of what I
fun. What do you
wanna talk
guys
about
think? Let me
really
know in
quick
chat. I
is
want to read your thoughts.
about testing grounds in general, right? Like I know that sometimes we do a lot of stuff in testing grounds, and sometimes the choices we make and what we put in the testing grounds might look odd. Damage might be too high. This might be going there. This and that you may like or dislike.
This is really good.
And it's normal. A lot of what we do when we do testing grounds is we're really confident in what we're doing, right? So generally, we're going to put something on the testing grounds.
Yeah,
and
lots
we're
of
really
people
confident
already in
what we're
chat saying
doing,
it's
but
good.
there's still some variables, some things that
Give
we want to
feedback,
get.
Burr,
Like, more
remove live
input
comments on stream.
The thing is,
what are you?
by
Are you talking about me? Or
by
are you talking about
choice,
them?
We're not
'Cause
telling
I
you what those
want to hear your
questions we're
thoughts.
asking ourselves and players, because we don't want to get like biased data or anything, and point towards a specific direction or not. We want to have like completely.
Jorm don't need no Air Force. They really got that leap of faith.
With feedback. But
Jorm don't. People keep saying Jormungandr needs shoes. They don't need no. They don't need no Air Jordans. They already,
some
Michael.
Things are not going to be exactly as they're going to be live.
Just kind of putting this out there. Is anyone kind of missing the old Shinobi? Like imagine Shinobi we have today, but with the spinning of the weapon and the range guard break.
I
don't miss Shinobi's old stuff because all a Shinobi had to do to win was to hide out of frame and just swing their weapon at you.
That change around. Like damage gets changed, timings get changed. A couple of things can change between the TG and what we have.
I like
live,
it. It might be a bit overpowered at first, but I have faith in release it'll be balanced. Absolutely, I agree. I think it might be a little overly strong, but I think that they can fix it. It's not a deal breaker, and I think that a lot of this was excellent.
Look, there's this. There's like a couple of things I like.
Oh, gotcha.
Some things I dislike. You can point out why you dislike specific things. Explain why. Say you like these other things, and go into like a bit. Like as much detail as we can get, and because I know sometimes
I'm very satisfied with what
Jormungandr, big things that might look a little bit strange.
I'm very satisfied
but
with
often enough,
so let's get on to the wrap up. I can give y'all my final thoughts. I'll give y'all a few announcements, and then we'll head out.
Doesn't mean that everything's going to be shipping like that exactly.
Right. I mean, it is called a testing ground, so this
exactly,
this is our playground to try things. Whether they work, great. If they don't, okay, then what improvements can we make along the way? So like, and then all of the feedback that we get from Reddit threads, all types of comments. I mean, like I go through them, like the entire community team goes through them, and so does the fight team. So the more detailed, the better. Honestly, I would say. Yeah. Awesome, JC. I'm super excited for everyone to get their hands on Jorm for the testing grounds. Again, this will run from December 22nd to December 29th. Be sure to give us your feedback when you get a chance to play. But JC, thank you so much for coming on to talk about the new Jormungandr. She looked awesome.
And I hope players have as much of a fun time with the hero as we did. Like you see in the video, there's like a bunch of new animations, new moves, new stuff for Jorm. We really push to get a hero that still feels Jorm, right? Still feels Big Hammer, but has that newer feeling of a hero that's going to be a bit more viable and more interesting to play.
Jorm with a new attitude. I'm here for it. So, JC, thank you so much for coming on. And Warriors, don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with the content of the week.
All right.
You know what, I'm not going to lie, guys, that actually felt really good. I'll tell you my number one problem, though, what I hate is that they started off the stream so bad. Like, the narration that they've created, like the story they've built, sounds really cheap, sounds really cliche, and sounds a little bit offensive, I'd say. But the stuff they've done to the heroes, I think, is phenomenal.
So for everything. And I want to thank everyone, as always, thank you, Josh, for co-hosting with me. And I want to thank all of you who tuned in today for coming into the show, and an extra special thank you for those of you who didn't tune out like 5 seconds ago. That's awesome. And I hope that you guys are as ready as we are for all that we have coming in this title update.
There do be a lot.
Yeah, there was so much. Josh, can you recap it for us?
I will. So if you're just joining us, it's year 6, season 4, Shattered Fates, December 15th. We've got a ton of stuff coming. So we're starting off with the Frostwind Nights event, which includes Ice Brawlers. You want to dump your friends in the drink? There you go. There's your chance. Runs from December 15th to January 5th. We have a hero skin, Commander Rivier, for Black Prior, which looks utterly amazing. This is also dropping on December 15th.
I'm so happy we're finally getting a nod to Baldwin this second. It's
so good. And then, of course, we're
you're
doing
very
Hero Fest.
well
we have a
aware
Shaman
that
one
it's a
on
nod.
January 5th, and then a Gladiator one on January 19th. And those come with unique executions as well. So we got a new Battle Pass. We have a free event pass. We've got a Battle Bundle. We've got a Testing Grounds that's happening with the Jormungandr on December 22nd, which I know everyone it is super, super excited about. Again, make sure you get your thoughts in after you've played. If the fire below you is not enough, we've got Raining Inferno coming back as a throwback event on January.
Hey.
So be sure to check your email on the date that is December 12th. And then you can also use the code on your screen for Ho-Ho Honor 3 Hoes to save 20% off the Ubisoft store.
Honor.
And yeah, that's just TU1, dude.
That is so much. But wait, there's more. Because we got content of the week we got to talk about.
Oh, yeah, content of the week. I forgot. What's
content of the week? Starting with the content coming December 8th, we start off with the signature Use Your Head for 5K Steel. I love that it's Shinobi
cool.
doing that. Old Shimboy breaking the cinder block. And then we got Commander Ravier, also known as the King of Not Jerusalem. I just love this. I have seen this as a suggestion from the community for so long now, and to finally have something reminiscent of Baldwin is really great. So I'm super excited for this. 25K steel. What's up, Josh?
Oh, I was just saying, it's just so good. I mean, like I said, I don't even play Black Prior, but I will be.
I am going to righteously flip so many pancakes. It's going to be awesome. And then quick reminder, Black Prior skin is 25K steel. And then we've got this lovely emote, the yellow card.
What?
Not the band. The actual
No, I'm ashamed
never
to
take it.
Whoa, there it is. There it is.
I plan to keep it that way. Then we've got the Mythic Outfit, 15K steel, Celestial Power.
That's
I
gorgeous.
always love whenever we add more wings to the game. So, there's the Angel Wings, we got the Dragon Wings, we got these. Wings are great. I love them. And then we got You Carrot Defeat Me.
The fuck?
Execution. This snowman is about to get honked.
Carrot's not supposed to go in that way.
No, it is not. But if we cared about physics here, a lot of our executions would be questionable. So, yeah, pop that snowman, give him the big old schnoz, and then get ready for
That's hilarious. Oh,
we've got
Lord.
weekly quest for March Fire Owners. So, that'll be December 15th through 22nd. And we've got because there's the Medic Challenge, be the faction with the most Wii vibes, because it is the season. So,
I loved it. I loved that. That was so funny. I'm getting that for my Santa Lander. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Oh, that was funny.
Because maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Can pull it out.
That's just wishful thinking.
They're all about killing, man.
Step up, guys. Come on.
If it's a Slayer challenge, yeah, I'd be with you. But it's Medic challenge, so maybe Samurai can pull it out. I think that's dang near everything, but I feel like there's something.
Yes, Syke said exactly. That's Patrick started screaming. Just getting nailed by Snowballs.
You will want to hang out with Nusha.
Then he runs to Squidward. Can I use your bathroom?
Please. While listening to the full For Honor soundtrack.
That you had me at For Honor soundtrack. Actually, you had me at Nusha.
I had me at Nusha
soundtrack. Yeah, so we are doing a For Honor radio for finals week, and it's starting right after the Warriors Den. So we partnered with a local artist to do like an animation loop. So his name's Evan McGuire. And he just put together a little animation for us, and we're going to stream the For Honor soundtracks from everything. So I was talking to our audio guys, and I was like, just give me everything. Give me all of it. So you can have some epic music to study by or to slay by. So you can have it up while you're playing. You can have it up while you're studying, while you're relaxing.
While you're sleeping, give your dreams a nice little soundtrack.
Although the Year One Nights theme's got a lot of drums, I don't know if I could relax to that. Dun, 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 dun.
I've fallen asleep to heavier stuff, trust me.
Impressive. So again, huge thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Thank you for joining us. And Josh, thank you for hosting with me again.
Always a pleasure.
I hope all of you at home watching have a lovely holiday and enjoy getting kicked in the drink and get some hot cocoa in a blanket after. Get comfy. But yeah, For Honor Radio starting right after this. So we will see you guys on the battlefield and in the next den.
All right. Well, that wraps it off. So, let's talk about what we just saw there. Let's talk about what we all just saw there. Actually, I want to see something real quick. Did we reach over 300? No, the highest we got was 282. That's a shame. I thought we'd get higher than that. Oh, well. Okay, guys, so let's talk a little bit about what we just saw. I'll give you my quick thoughts, and then we'll wrap it up because I need to get started on making the summary video. Okay, so let's first talk about the good stuff that's coming. Yorm's rework that they're going to bring to the testing ground looks phenomenal. I love it. I can't wait to see how it comes out. I can't wait to see how it plays. That's going to be really, really cool. The changes that they're bringing to Nusha look awesome. I'm glad that they're bringing those changes. I can't wait to see how they come out. Lawbringer's getting a slight change that he needs. Pirate is getting a slight nerf. Raider's getting a slight nerf. And then there are a bunch of other small slice of life changes, quality of life changes that are coming that I'm very proud for. A lot of them look very, very good. So I'm very pleased to see some of those coming. I also like some of the cosmetics that they're bringing. The Battle Pass weapons look good, even though the temporary Frost events don't look that good. So I'm glad for the Battle Pass changes that are coming. They've got a very funny execution coming that I laughed really hard at. They've got some decent emotes, some decent signatures. There's some decent stuff that I'm looking forward to. This season feels very Zinch themed, don't you think? So I'm very pleased to see what's coming here. I'm very pleased to see all these really nice changes coming. I also like the aesthetic. The Arabic aesthetic looks great. I love this Arabian Nights kind of feel. I think it would have been better if they saved something like this for summer of next year, when it's going to be hotter and it's going to make more sense to have a desert theme. But you know what? I'll take it. After all, they brought Pirate in on a winter theme too, so you know, give and take. So overall, I think all that looks good. I love the new hero skin. It's an obvious reference to King Baldwin. It's an obvious reference to the Crown of Thorns that Jesus wore. It all looks sick. That's a really cool looking hero skin. But that's kind of where the praise ends for me. Now I've got to get a little bit critical, which some of y'all aren't going to like. Here's my thing. While I don't mind having an Arabic or even Islamic themed season or hero, there's a precedent that's being set that I'm not a fan of, and here's where it is. I do not like the way they said that. They said that basically what this was, this Baghdad-like kingdom, this desert kingdom, this Arabic kingdom, split off. It's an island separate from the rest of Heathmore. And because it was separated from all the fighting, that's what allowed it to prosper. It gained knowledge in mathematics, knowledge in astrology, economy, all that kind of stuff, which is great. That's awesome. Except they said that this is going to be just like the Islamic Golden Age. The Islamic Golden Age didn't work like that. The Islamic Golden Age happened because when the Muslim forces pushed through Arabia, the Middle East, Northern Africa, and all that, they assimilated all of those cultures and learned from them. They assimilated all of these cultures and knowledge and understandings into their own culture, and that's what created the Islamic Golden Age. It wasn't just because, oh, well, they were isolated this whole time, and that's what allowed them to build this up. So they misunderstood that entirely. The other aspect that's a problem here is they're going to bring a new hero from this land. But let me ask a question. If they've been isolated from all the fighting for all these years and they've never fought, how are they going to produce a quality hero? That's another question that I have to ask. If you have never experienced war, if you've never had to experience war because you've been separate from all the fighting, you will not be able to produce quality warriors. So I'm concerned that they're going to have to pull a warrior out of their ass to create a solid warrior, and that's not a good way to be. With Medjay, I understood. their whole culture's been destroyed, and the Magi have to work to protect what's left of their culture. But here what they said was, this island has been safe from all the violence. They've not had to engage in any warfare, so they could spend all their time building their culture. Great, that's awesome. Where are you getting a warrior from? If you've never had to fight a war, why do you need warriors? That's another aspect. And then the last part, the part that really gets me mad, is they're taking this character who is a nod to King Baldwin and to Christian ideals and symbolism, and having them be the de facto bad guy. As always, make the knights the bad guys for some reason. I don't understand why we have to make the knights the bad guys all the time. But they go into this new land to seek out this astrology tool that allows them to see the future. They get there, see the future, decide to take this and use it to their advantage, and then destroy the city and kill the Sultan and yeet themselves out again. I don't like that. I think that that's not only kind of poor writing, but it's just repeating what you did in Season 2 with the Magi and Bolthorn. Bolthorn was the same way. He went into the Egyptian land, saw something there that he liked, took it back for himself, and then the Magi came back to kick the shit out of him. It's going to be the same thing here. This character Ravier is gonna go in there, beat them up, kill their sultan, steal their shit, and now they're gonna send their own warrior to go back and beat her up and steal her shit. You know, it's just repeat of Season 2, and I don't like that. So that's my position on that. I want to be clear, this is not me being Islamophobic. I don't care. I would be fine with an Islamic hero. I mean, it doesn't bother me. The issue that I have here is it's not accurate to the way Islamic history was, the way they described it. And here's the thing. When people talk about, Islam is a religion of peace, then how can you have Muslim warriors? So if your whole idea is they live on this island where they've never had to engage in war, then how can you have a warrior? How can you have warriors if you've never had to engage in war? You're not going to be able to hold up to any other warrior force. And if you do have warriors, where were they when your kingdom was attacked? See, again, none of this makes sense. I feel like they weren't thinking very clearly when they wrote this. They made it sound like the Sultan, in their arrogance, didn't think that they'd ever have to deal with any other real enemy. Really? Seriously? But that's neither here nor there. I'm just glad that we're getting Horkos lore. Okay. Let's also not forget that Sharia law is a thing. Yeah, for sure. So I don't like the fact that they're building up this perfect, wonderful civilization based on the Islamic Golden Age when they don't understand how the Islamic Golden Age came to be. I don't like that they're using, the first time, a character with actual Christian symbolism and making them the enemy. Hold on. Deal with this. Got a bot. Report. There it is. That should do it. Anyway, had to take care of that. So that's my stance on that. Are you ever going to do face streams? Just asking. I don't have a very good camera, but maybe one day. I've often said that I'll show my face if we get to a certain number of get a certain number of subscribers. The current goal for this month is to reach, I think it was 27.2K, if we can get there. But anyway, look, I'm still happy with what this season's bringing. Mechanics-wise, gameplay-wise, character-wise, and cosmetic-wise, looks awesome. And I still love the look of the new Black Prior hero skin. I love all of it. It looks amazing. I'm very impressed with it. I just don't like the narrative direction. Which sucks because last season had a great narrative direction. The narrative for last season was outstanding. But as for the narrative direction they're going now, it's just not strong. But that's just me. But as I said, you've started this. If your whole plan, here's the problem that I see, guys. Here's the ultimate problem I see. If their plan is to make this a nod to the crusading era, with knights going into the Muslim territory and stealing their stuff, I've done whole videos where I talk about why that's not entirely true. But regardless, if that's their plan, they want to go that route. Be prepared. Just be prepared, because I guarantee you, the knight faction players, the knight lovers, the DEUS VULTers, They will rise up and they will make their memes. I know it's called meme. I'm making a joke. They will make their memes. They will have the DEUS VULT, slay the infidel, for Jerusalem. They will do this in mass. And I'm sure that's going to backfire on you in a big way. So that is why I say what I do. What if they pull a fast one on us and have Ravier actually be the good guy and the new hero be the bad guy? Divine Crusader, I would love that. But keep in mind, Ravier is Horkos. Have they portrayed Horkos to ever be the good guys? Yeah, I doubt it. Anyway, so with all that out of the way, let me wrap things up by giving you a few announcements. Number one, coming later today, I will be releasing a summary video where I talk about everything that we saw here and basically in summary, like what for people who couldn't watch the full stream. So if you'd like to hear me break down everything that happened in this stream and all my thoughts on it in a shorter, condensed video, look forward to that later today. I will also be working on a lot of stories, so my videos are coming out much slower, but my plan is to try to get out the next hero execution video, which is going to be on Shinobi. I want to get that out. And I also want to try to get out another Christmas-based video. I haven't decided what that'll be yet. I'll release a poll later on, either on YouTube or on my Discord, to see what y'all would like to do. I'll be honest, guys, I'm not going to be able to produce a whole lot of videos this month just because I have so many stories I need to write for Christmas. A lot of my friends and family know that my money is tight right now, and so they've asked me to write stories instead of buy gifts, which is something I'm happy to do, but it just takes time to do that. If you guys want to support me and help out the channel, I have a Teespring store where I have some awesome merchandise that you can purchase, and also some Christmas-themed merchandise that is only limited for this December. Go ahead, check that out, see if you want anything. I have a Patreon link on my channel where you can go to be my Patreon and become a patron and help donate to the channel. That would really help me out too. And of course, if you just want to help me out in other ways, there's always watching the ads on my videos, doing super chats whenever I do live streams, anything like that. Always helps. It just allows me to keep making these videos and sharing what I love with you guys. But I've already lost about 50 viewers so far since I started wrapping things up, so I think we're going to go ahead and begin to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for joining me on this amazing ride through what we're looking at for the new season. Hold on, I just got a question. Question, didn't the Crusades begin because the Ottoman Empire banned all pilgrims from going to Jerusalem and generally cut them off? All right. Allow me to tell you guys the brief history of the First Crusade, because apparently a lot of people don't talk about it. Here's what happened. The Islamic forces had begun invading into the Byzantine Empire. The Turks had taken not only Jerusalem and several other lands, but had started moving into the Byzantine Empire and were encroaching on Constantinople. And after the Battle of Manzikert, the emperor of the Byzantine Empire realized, I'm in trouble. So he reached out to the Pope and said, please send help. We are losing. Constantinople will fall if we don't get some help. Now, the Pope was Catholic, and the Byzantine Empire was Orthodox. They don't share the same views about religion. But the Pope thought that this was a great opportunity. If he comes and helps the Byzantine Empire at their time of need, maybe they could reunify the church. Maybe they could bring the church back together. So he said, sure, I'll send help. The problem is, many of the knights and nobles and kings who lived in Europe at the time didn't want to go help Orthodox Christians because, well, they're heretics. So the Pope changed the statement. Instead of saying, we're going to go help the Byzantines, he said, we're going to retake the Holy Land. We're going to retake Jerusalem. Why did he say that? Because in order to get to Jerusalem at all, they would have to go through territory that the Byzantines wanted to take back. So it was kind of a tricky way to say, hey, let's go help them out while pretending we're doing something else. So they could all get behind that. Let's go and retake Jerusalem. So they fought their way through the Holy Land. And the Muslims at the time greatly underestimated the power of the medieval knights and the power of medieval Europe. They thought that they would not put up much of a fight. They did. In fact, they took Jerusalem. Now, there was a lot of bad on both sides of the First Crusade. The Christians did bad things, and the Muslims did bad things. There's no question about that. Yes, I'm very well aware of the siege of Jerusalem and the massacre therein. I'm aware of these things. But people often like to say, no, the Christians were the aggressors. They were not. It was a retaliatory action to when the Muslims were invading into Byzantine lands. The Byzantines wanted to push them out. The Christians came to help them. That was the story. The Second Crusade happened when the Muslims attempted to take back land that the Christians had taken, and it ended with a pretty bad defeat for the Christians. It was kind of a clusterfuck, to be honest with you. So that didn't turn out so well. But the Second Crusade also saw some horrible acts done by both sides as well. We had some horrible acts done by the Christians, and one of the worst massacres in medieval history done by one of the Muslims, Sultan Baybars. So to say that the Muslims were innocent people who only practiced, love and peace and astrology and mathematics, and the Christians were just these warmongers who came in and beat the hell out of them, it is not true. It is the furthest thing from the truth. In fact, let's talk about the Reconquista. You want to know what was going on during the Crusader period in Spain? Yeah, let's look that up. Look up the Reconquista. To be perfectly honest with you guys, the Crusades are a very difficult time to talk about because there's a lot of details that go into them and there's a lot of complexity that goes into talking about the Crusades. This idea that Ubisoft just peddled, that this island off by itself never had to deal with any violence. They were like the Islamic Golden Age. They just worked on mathematics, astrology, fortune telling, economy. They were just wonderful. They just did so well. They just worked so well to build such a good economy and such a good culture and society. Then along come the big, bad, obvious Baldwin Christian. Because King Baldwin was around just a little around the time of the Third Crusade, somewhere around that time period. And not quite at the time of the Third Crusade, but close to it. He was the king of Jerusalem for a time. He was known as the Leper King. That's the reason behind the mask. Because he wore a mask to cover his face because it was so covered in pox and leprosy. So he was a very sickly person. But he was one of the strongest kings of Jerusalem at the time. He actually fought Salah ad-Din and beat him on at least 2 occasions, to the point that the two actually respected each other, and they actually had to agree to a truce because Salah ad-Din was tired of fighting this guy. He was too good. So they've made, and they even admitted that her design, this new Commander Riviere's design, is based on Baldwin. And then you have the Crown of Thorns, which is a reference to Jesus, who was given a crown of thorns at his crucifixion. So this character, for the first time, I can look at it and say, reference to a Crusader king, reference to Christianity, all of it right there. And what are we doing with this reference to Christianity and a reference to a Crusader king? Invade the peaceful island run that's similar to the Islamic Golden Age. Does that not strike anyone else besides me as kind of weird? That does not strike anyone as a little weird, especially since they went through so much effort to maintain there's no Christianity in For Honor. There's no Christianity in For Honor. It's all polytheist, not monotheist. And yet, we have a character directly referencing a Christian king and Christianity itself. And we have a kingdom that y'all have said was inspired by the Islamic Golden Age. Seems a little strange to me. Anyway, wasn't this the Second Crusade where King Baldwin was leading the crusading kingdoms? I think it was a little after that. I'll need to recheck. I'm not as well versed in the Second Crusade. I think it may have been a little after the second, but I could be wrong. Is there a link to the Discord? Yes. Allow me to pull up the Discord real quick. 1 second. 1 second. No, I don't want to do that. I'll just pull up Discord this way. It's not coming up. Tell you what, I will, it's not coming up the way I want it to. Tell you what, guys, if you want to join the Discord, I will put it in the description, and I'll release a post later with it. Sorry, it's just not coming up right now. That's a little weird. But either way. But Kingdom of Helmsman got that wrong. Let me find out. I'm curious now, too. I need to make sure. King Baldwin the Leper. Just making sure. I'm going to make sure. King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, called the Leper King, was king of Jerusalem from 1174 until his death in 1185. Yep, okay. Okay. Yeah, so that was around the Second Crusade. Because the Third Crusade, if I recall, (1189 to 1192). So yeah, this took place just before the Third Crusade kicked off. His rule was just before the Third Crusade kicked off. So yeah, I was right. It was just after the Second Crusade, a little before the Third Crusade. Yes, I was right. Ha! Take that. I'm awesome. Wait, why did it come up with this? Hold on, back to this. There we go. Anyway, Kingdom of Heaven got a lot wrong. Anyway, also on the Golden Age, didn't the Muslims have a House of Wisdom similar to the Library of Alexandria that was sacked by the Mongols? They did. They had several. They did have a large library. Yes. Apollyon was the only evil knight. I don't know. We're about to have another one. Anyway, so I've been at this long enough. I think we've talked long enough. This is almost a 3-hour-long stream, and I didn't intend for it to be one. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, hold on. Last thing. Honestly, weren't the Black Prior's Christian influence that were corrupted? This Black Prior skin could be just further corruption of the Order and how deeply it's fallen. That's speculatory. I mean, I appreciate that, but it's still speculatory. It just bothers me that for the first time they're actually going to have unapologetic, actually clear-cut Christian king and Christian symbolism, and they're making it the villain. That bothers me. All right, anyway. So that's all we got for today. Thank you guys so much. New video coming out later today. Thank you guys for watching. Please consider supporting me. It would mean a lot. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.